everyone, and welcome to Discord Midnight Party, a fun game night with friends where everything bad happens. I'm your host, Protingle.
Great start. Keep going.
Oh, I mean, you're good. You just gotta roll with it. After this, you mentioned how we're the #1 trending TV show on DoesTheDogDie.com.
Protingles.
Do you want to try again?
No, I think that went exactly the way I wanted it to go. I don't know what you guys' problem is. I meant to say Discord party. Yeah. If you haven't figured out, we're not actually playing a non-canon or a canon game of Discord Murder Party today. But we have decided to do a massive shitpost. So joining me today in the order that they're listed, because they're listed by their character names, and that's gonna throw me off, is not Alex, but Dr. McGillicuddy.
Yes, hello, it is me, Dr. McGillicuddy. This is the Dr. McGillicuddy voice. What?
We have not Queen Creeps, but Grace Garden.
One day I will have a full night of sleep on a Sunday, but that day is not today.
We have Glitch Noise, aka Juno.
Hey, hang on. My name is put down on this thing. Also, you could have just said D.
And you're written down as Juno. I can't. It just says Juno in the server. I'm following the rules.
Me staring into the abyss as people start to actually believe that DDD is your character.
We've been telling them this whole time.
We've been telling them this whole time.
Yeah. That's always to DDD.
God. We have a not Scott, but a Percy Blackwood.
So in my headcanon, I ship Vincent Reed with Tommy Gwendolyn, and they have beautiful babies.
And then they get super pregnant. They all get super pregnant.
Wait, this is important. Do they both get pregnant or just one of them?
All
Yes.
of them get super pregnant.
Okay.
I hate everything about. We just started, and I want to cancel the stream.
We're too deep in now.
God. And we also have, mysteriously not hosting today, is not Kristen Trzynski. It's the Murder God.
I've got shit to do. Listen, season 3 isn't gonna write itself.
It's not.
It's not.
It's just not.
Listen, I wrote some very long cressays today about season 3. It was a lot. My hands didn't get fucked up though, so maybe my arms are getting better. Probably not, because then I made stuff for the convention. So, you know, it's fine.
Oh,
It's fine. But anyway, Bro Dingles, aka Junior, because your name is listed as Junior and not Bro Dingles. Why don't you explain what we're doing today?
Yeah, I was about to get to. God, so many people have unironically called me Junior in the past, like several. Sorry. But it's what we're actually doing today is that jokingly during the Arcade Spirit stream, which is now regularly on Fridays for a while? Question mark. We were talking. Somebody made a joke about making a Discord Murder Party visual novel, and me being the person that I am, immediately opened Ren'Py and was just Ren'Py, and decided, hey, let's actually make a game. So, basically, what we're doing tonight is that we are shitposting a game. Basically, or more correctly, we're going to be talking like game mechanics and who's romanceable, who's not romanceable. Are we going to have any romance? Who's gonna die? Discord murder party.
And then Grace Garden said to Little Thorn, and then Grace Garden said to Little Thorn Blue, "That's right, little girl, you are adopted, and that's okay."
She would as well.
You are adopted, and you are a disappointment.
Scott C. Orenwood is just going crazy.
Scott C. Orenwood.
Orenwood.
I don't even know what that is, and I'm
And
laughing.
then Galen came out, and he and Junior both got.
Yeah. So, yeah, but speaking of my incredible Prince Ordan x Galen x Junior fanfiction, we should probably specify that this is just DMP characters.
This is just DMP
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
If we were to make like a massive IR one, it would never.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've tried.
Also, yes, as
Yep,
always,
he's right.
insert standard statement that this is not canon.
This is not canon.
This
In
is not
fact,
canon.
one mechanic that I did come up with some stuff before we started the stream, so we'd have like some sort of base to go off of. As of right now, this takes place in a coffee shop. AU. All of the
Yeah!
weird implications.
Hooray.
See? Not canon. Coffee shop AU.
Coffee shop AU.
Coffee shop AU, coffee shop scenario, whichever way you want to think about it.
Scenario 1, the coffee shop, which is not
coffee
canon.
shop.
Stop saying it's canon. Stop making your theories right now. Stop it. Just stop.
Scenario 1, the coffee shop where I get to look at all the cute boys and girls.
But yeah, so I actually started some stuff earlier today. I took a background and I blurred the lady out of it because messing with my aesthetic.
I was wondering what that was.
Be gone, lady!
Beautiful.
Gone, lady.
Oh,
And,
that looks sinful.
Shut up, lady!
But what I did was I actually created like a weird kind of base game to try to remember how to code. So I could figure out what I could and could not do, and here are the sprites that I have so far.
Ah!
Oh my god, it's him.
Boy.
Oh, he's
I'll finally be able to see them in a hot moment.
It's Perseus Blackwoodius.
He's a good boy.
And then we have
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
I love the smiley face on his apron. It really
that's to
completes the
denote that
look.
he's the manager.
That's his obligatory bling.
He's the
Yep.
manager.
His obligatory piece of bling that he has to wear.
Oh.
I am the manager.
No exceptions.
It's so those are the sprites I have so far. I'm gonna be doodling more while we talk about this, so you have something to actually see. Because the only other option was for me to code for 3 hours, and that's not fun. But so far I have Murder God as the manager. Because that's just how, this is actually a working week crossover. Not going. Not Murder God as the manager. Fuck, Vincent's the manager. I meant
Kicks down the
I'm
door.
so tired.
Pay your rent.
I'm
Close.
so tired.
It's okay,
The
it's
reason it's a
okay.
coffee shop AU is because of working week, is what I was trying to say. Because I
It's
was
okay,
kind of
we
sad
still
that we
love
haven't been
you.
able to do week.
One day when I have arms.
One day when Kristen has arms.
When Kristen's
Arms
Kristen's
Stravinsky.
government-issued arms come in.
Eyedropper 1!
Eyedropper 1!
Okay, so for those of y'all who here the heckin', which makes complete sense for you not to be heckin' here for the Kristen by herself show last time, Discord updated, which is bullshit. It updated the screen share. Which
Yep.
means that I have to play Clip Studio as a game, but it keeps zooming in on what it thinks is important.
God.
I went back and rewatched
Eyedropper 1.
Eyedropper 1. I went back and rewatched that stream today, and like it just zoomed in on the word opacity, and all I see and every Kristen just goes
Opacity.
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 Woo!
Opacity.
You see, it's me, the leprechaun opacity.
God, while I'm here, I might as well start working on Murder Gods. I'm gonna put her in a
Yeah, so Murder God would be an employee at the coffee shop then, right?
Murder God is, I imagine that she actually, I have her written down as the
coffee shop owner?
As the coffee shop owner.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's what I would do if I were writing a DMP coffee shop AU. I would have. Well,
Well,
okay. It depends on what kind of coffee shop AU I'd be writing. Because back when it was originally just Murder God and Vincent, I 100% had a coffee shop AU in my head where... and I don't need to go down this rabbit. No one needs to hear this. I'll stop.
I had a coffee shop AU where she was the customer who came in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, like she was the customer, just the meanest customer ever, and they would just antagonize each other for like 20 chapters. Maybe they would kiss after like 40 of them. Does Vincent have a wife? In this, it's an AU, so no.
We don't write characters that are inconvenient.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone in this game is ambiguously bi, so...
Yep.
We're just getting by.
For the purposes of this game.
Yeah.
For the purposes of this game, there's also, like, okay, let me just... I've been thinking about this all day.
Yes.
You're valid, bro.
Oh god, there's like a twist that I don't want to, like, I don't know if I want to announce it on stream or not.
Is it the twist you told me, or...?
I think it's the twist I told you. Should I just say it, or...
Do you actually think we're gonna complete the game and make it playable?
Considering I've already started.
I cannot tell you.
I'm about to say, it's me! You don't know if I'm gonna finish it. I'm like Schrodinger's finishing things.
Yes, exactly.
Give the chat a warning that they can mute if they don't want to hear it, because I want to hear it.
Okay.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this too.
Yeah, you got 5 seconds to mute.
Okay.
5,
1, 2, 4,
3, 2, 1. Okay, so the thing is, nobody in this game, you can't get a good ending in this game.
Yeah, that's
murder party.
That's
it's
DMP.
It's literally like what's actually happening is that they are in fact in a murder game, and
Oh.
you happen to be playing the lonely guy. You're one of, and it's like basically it's like it starts out like a normal coffee shop AU kind of thing, and then it's slowly then somebody gets murdered, and then it's like, oh right, this is a Discord murder party. And it's like, God, I'm debating on whether or not who dies depends on how your stats are at the end of the first day.
Ooh, fun. Doki Doki Murder Club.
What I learned is that I like VNs more than I like actual dating sims. Like, I like VNs in general, and dating sim is like a version of a VN.
Yeah.
So, I forgot how to draw
Hey, Uprising.
Hello.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Hey.
It is Valencia.
It's not Uprising Attorney, it's Valencia.
Yes, silly me.
It's Princess Valencia, little princess of the Brabham Empire.
God, we're doing everybody's opposites today. None of you people are the people that you're claiming to be. This is just
Oh, this is opposite day? I'm the President of the United States.
I mean, if you ask some people, I am still myself, so...
Oof.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I'm not the same person as Murder God.
If I had $1 for every time someone called me Mr. Metaton, I would be fucking rich.
Right?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, Christ.
One of my favorites was the comment that said, "Oh, I know he's not Mr. Metaton. I call him that because I want more Undertale." This was about 2 years, a year and a half,
I remember that.
maybe, after Undertale the musical was finished.
Buddy, no.
But yes, so the twist would be that, nope, you can't actually get a happy ending because you're playing the lonely
God
guy.
damn it, no, I told them they were safe!
Oh. I'm sorry.
God, you jumped the gun there.
Welp.
Sorry, I was trying to get us back on topic. I failed.
Oh, it's okay. Honestly speaking, the more I think about it, the more I'm just like, God, what if I did finish this? And it's like, I'm not gonna finish it.
Hey,
Wait,
you can
so
at least start it.
To get us back on track, to get us back on topic, actually, what were we talking about?
We were talking about, okay, so we're talking about the visual novel / dating sim, which is kind of not, but...
Wait, first question.
Mhm.
This is something that has to be established ASAP. Is it NSFW?
No.
No.
Uprising, you think we can say that on stream, first of all?
Okay, listen, we've been over this. DMP After Dark is not ever streamed.
Well, you can say a simple yes or no on stream.
Yes, Uprising. The game is not safe from Waluigi and will never be safe from Waluigi.
Oh, yeah. I am
Shut the fuck up, Waluigi.
This entire you just...
So continuing on the topic.
Okay.
We can have the After Hours DLC.
Please explain more. Apparently, there's a lot of content about this dating sim that I missed while not being here, so I'd like to hear about the dating sim content or visual novel content as whatever. Just
I'm
tell
being
me
very
a story.
specific about not calling it a dating sim for a reason. Because like it's a relationship sim, I guess you could call it. Because that
so
makes
it's
more sense to
Persona.
me.
It's a friendship sim.
I love
A
friendship
friend,
simulators.
a friend.
I can't believe we're back into Homestuck.
They
Wait, who's
can't. They
this?
didn't coin the term friend sim. Did they?
I know.
No.
No, they didn't.
What? Probably not.
Not
Probably
likely.
not.
You
It's a-
can't credit everything to Homestuck.
I made Murder God so small that I'm pretty sure that when I actually put her,
You
into the
didn't
game,
give her
the
pointed
text-
ears.
Fuck. And I need to fix her eyes as well.
Yeah.
Who says that I'm not done with the goddamn sketch? Tristan?
I'm just pointing this out because you keep forgetting to give her pointed ears.
Eventually, Murder God will lose all of her features and she'll just become a cube.
I kind of love
Thank
that.
you.
Like I remember
She will
when this
become the
used to
Murder
be-
Cube.
I remember when this used to be the one trait where I was like, yeah, no, she has super pointy ears. I'm not gonna forget that. They're like cute little elf ears.
They slowly shrank. The nubs slowly became nuts.
I'll tell you what actually happened is that I started going on autopilot when I draw heads, so I
understand.
Yeah, I forget with everybody. Like if Junior wasn't muscle memory by now, I'd probably forget how to draw his hair. So
Understandable.
I mean, I date Minecraft Murder God. Fair, churro.
Churros.
I have to use a lot of muscle memory when I'm drawing Rie. Get it?
Hey.
Hey.
Anyway, continue telling me about this visual novel.
So we were talking about having so there are 6 like interactable characters that you expect, and then there are 3 that you don't expect.
Okay.
There are because I thought of this dumb lonely guy mechanic, which I don't know if I can talk. Wait, you know what? No, it doesn't matter. Like I feel like I feel like it's something you'd figure out like eventually anyway. This dumb lonely guy mechanic, where if you spend the day with the murderer, if like at the end of the thing the murderer is at your highest thing, the game ends, you die. But like it's there. One of the murderers is not a contactable option, and one of the murderers is. So you have a 1 in 9 chance of getting that ending.
We got black screen.
Where'd the screen go?
Oh.
Where's
Oh, no.
screen go?
Junior has minimized the game.
I
Sit
did not
tight.
minimize the game.
Yeah.
Junior,
There we go.
Junior, why are you such a massive screw up?
Junior, don't make me smack your ass.
Oof.
I have several responses to that, and I.
We've already established that this isn't DMP After Dark.
No. That's not what bro was. I don't think that was what bro was talking about.
I'm well aware. Wink
Oh my
wonk.
god! Wink wonk. Okay, so continue.
You don't know what I was talking about.
Fucking lonely guy.
Lonely
One of
guy.
the murderers isn't there. One of them is. There's 6 characters you expect and 3 you don't.
So basically contactable options, because I can't call them romanceable, because contactable options would be, I believe Vincent's like a default, and his route would be like simultaneously the hardest and the easiest, as in like you don't have to get like the most, he doesn't take a lot of interaction to get with, but it's hard to interact with him, if that makes any sense.
So like, he's easy to get to, but it's hard to like be friends with him.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
as in like what I did with the weird 2-sentence demo that I made is that
And screen
I
went
made
black.
Screen
Yes.
went black
God.
again.
every time I go to save, I think is what does it.
Yep.
You monster! How dare you save?
Should be ashamed
Well, I
of yourself.
have to save, so I guess we're gonna see a black screen.
That's
then.
fine. That's okay. I'm just letting you know it was happening.
Okay, save
Well,
as
now that
black.
we know the problem, then it's not like gonna be then just like you
Hit
know how to-
I'm happy.
Save.
God. Congratulations, everyone. I'm a failure.
No, you're not.
No, shush.
Let's keep
No.
talking about how Vincent's an ass.
No, Vincent has an ass, which I want.
He has a glorious ass.
He's got a great ass.
Y'all. I talk
I don't-
about booty and it's a problem, and y'all talk about.
I don't want his ass.
Let's
I
not
want
bring
Junior's
back the
ass.
booty.
You want whose?
Junior.
Vincent's booty.
No, I don't want.
For
I don't want.
fuck's
I just
Okay,
said I don't want
please explain this Vincent route.
So the Vincent route, because I have not figured out how like the death. But I'm pretty sure that with Vincent, he's easy to like Reprising said, he's easy to get in contact with, but it's hard to like grow the friendship. Like things that give him points only give him about 1 point. I have to save again. I'm just not going to.
You're alright.
It's okay if you
I'm
gotta
trying
save.
to talk and draw at the same time. Like Percy's easy to get affectionate with, and he's easy to talk to, so I guess he would be like the quote-unquote easiest route. Because like little gestures with him, he'll open up a little easier. Valencia's hard to get to, but once you get to her, like it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to like. I know that Valencia was a definite contactable before we even like. I just assumed Uprising that if we romance or not.
Oh yeah, are you freaking kidding me? She was made for this. I mean,
Pretty much.
not really, but like, yeah. She was made for Dark Souls. Which
She was
which
made
I
for
really
Dark
need
Souls.
to export those videos from my PS4.
Yeah, Dark Souls, the most lovely of games.
That's a
No contest.
visual novel.
Yeah.
Dark Souls is the most beautiful visual. This visual novel is the Dark Souls of visual novels.
Oh my god, I just came across what would be the worst way to end a Dark Souls visual novel.
Lay it on me.
You open the fog door. Inside lies your target, your quest, the love of your life, the ceaseless discharge.
I hate this stream.
I will give you
This stream
$50
is
to take that back.
That w-
Well, have a good night, everybody.
if that's the
Stream
end,
is
then
canceled.
that person sucks.
It's the end because you really can't top any of that.
Not really.
Yeah, you sure can't.
Ah! Heyo!
Okay,
God,
so
it's
why is
frustrating.
Valencia so difficult to get to?
She's difficult to get to, as in like it's physically hard to get to.
Does she not work in the coffee shop?
Honestly speaking, I don't think she does. I think she only
Okay.
shows up on certain days. I think like if we were doing, I'm coming up with some of this on the spot,
That's
mind
fine.
you.
Mhm.
That's fine.
I'm
I'm just
pretty-
like, the purpose of this stream is to discuss this visual novel, and I am going to figure out things about this visual novel that I enjoy making exist. Just keep your eyes like that. That's perfect.
Yep.
Thanks, you did it.
Oh,
There we go,
this is a
those are
nice
her
lush
eyes.
face, actually.
It's beautiful.
Nice.
But yeah, that
I
makes
have no
sense that
words.
Valencia would just sort of. She'd probably just be like. She's
She's
the
like-
other customer, but
how-
she's the good rich customer, the one that doesn't suck and everyone loves her.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, you know how Queen Bee in Arcade Spirits, like you don't really see her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see her when you're supposed to, but you still don't see her a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's similar to that because she's a patron, she's not obligated to be there just about every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Tommy. I don't know.
I feel like he does work there.
Yeah.
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 He works there, and I feel like he's probably really good at latte art, but heaven forbid you have him lift a box. it's not gonna like, you can't let Tommy man the counter, or you can't let him work by himself. He can't ever be like, the lone person closing or whatever. He can't be the one who opens, because he unfortunately cannot lift the heavy boxes. Maybe this is his first job after getting out of the hospital.
That might be fun.
mghappy.png.
Okay, we all know that's a lie.
I saved that as uwu and I meant it as uwe. Oh.
Biggest question. Does Tommy have hair? Tommy is keeping his hair. This is a canon fact of all Tommies, unless we specifically state that,
Of
like,
all Tommies.
especially given that this is supposed to be like a DMP game, of Mafia, as it were.
This
So
is, timeline-wise, this takes place post Lotus Eater.
yeah.
So if Valencia is there, then yeah, because Valencia Awakening was Lotus Eater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, that reminds me. Bro, do you know what we forgot to do? What we forgot to pick up on? We forgot to pick up on the stats that each character would have in MP.
What?
Characters have
Oh,
stats?
we actually came up with we were coming up with character stats for Monster Prom.
Oh my god.
Like the top 2 stats that
Like,
each
the top
character
2
would
stats
have.
that each character would need to be romanced.
Okay.
Because Monster Prom does have like an editable thing. You can't make romanceable options in it,
Mm-hmm.
But you can make NPCs.
but you can make NPCs. So
Guys,
So we
we're
were
not-
talking about this in call.
we're not
Like we
talking-
decided that the top
Yeah.
2 stats that Murder God would probably have would be boldness and creativity.
Yeah.
Vincent would be boldness and charm. Percy would be creativity and charm. And so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot of like different. I can't remember all the Monster Prom stats off the top of my head.
I do.
Well,
There's
good
smarts.
for you.
Okay.
No, go on, go on.
No, it's okay. In order, there's smarts, boldness, creativity, charm, fun, and money.
Okay.
Problem is, I can't really think of anyone who would value money as a primary stat.
It's not that she would value it, Valencia would just automatically have a lot of it.
Yeah, she doesn't value it though.
Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say the problem is it's like
It's
a
about
value
what you
thing.
value.
In fact,
okay.
she anti-values it. She gives it away all the freaking time.
Yeah.
She's into poor boys.
She's into poor boys.
She's into low
Mr.
money.
Poor boy.
She's into poverty.
Honestly, that would be like
She's
an
into
interesting
power. Oh
thing.
my god.
That would be an interesting thing though if somebody's like stats were too high for somebody.
Ooh.
Valencia falling for the starving artist.
Alright.
Date me, Valencia.
No, because we decided that one of the top 2 stats for both the Doctor and Grace would be smarts, but we didn't know what the other one would be for each of them.
I need to shorten Vincent.
Vincent's
That's
tall.
right, he's too tall! You drew him as tall as he feels, not how tall he actually is.
I at some point was just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna do relative height because the heights are kind of like everywhere. And then I was just like, oh wait a minute, I drew Murder God so small.
I mean,
Well, Murder God is canonically tiny, always.
yes.
So.
Yeah.
I'll just make everybody Vincent's height, and then if somebody asks, it'll be like, no, all the sprites are just this height. They're not all.
You're
actually
just imagining
Except for
things.
Murder. You know, I think it'd be okay if only Murder God is short.
Yeah. They're all standing on boxes or in ditches.
we at my school have been really into boxes lately. You're fixing the wrong thing.
Well, you know, in like RPGs and stuff, like their sprites are usually kind of cut off, like
Yeah.
by the end of the screen or like by text boxes or something.
Well, it's like I
So-
know that on the bottom it's not an issue. On the top is what's causing the problem. Like I can't make anybody taller than Vincent. So
Oh,
Vincent, I have made the maximum height.
oh, that's actually quite a problem then.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
If it was, I made him. He was okay. Let me show you where Vincent was when I started making these sprites.
Okay.
It's here.
I'll wait for
I
it to
know
catch
because
up.
the line is still there.
Listen, if you do that, then Murder God's gonna come up to like his fucking elbow. It's just- oh, Murder God's here, like the fucking like her eyes and like that little like cowlick at the top of her head is like
Someone
poking
finally
over the
gave him his
text box.
soapbox.
Excuse me, I want to see your manager, and you can't see it over her own shouting.
Initially, he was like this. He was close, and it was just like, oh, that's awkwardly close and really large. So then I scooted him back, and then now I'm realizing that I made a problem.
I'm so glad that someone finally gave him his fucking soapbox.
It's a coffee shop, AU. Their heights, the heights don't matter.
Heights don't matter. This whole thing.
Standing on a box.
Until they're standing right next to each other, but that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Right. So Vincent's the manager. Valencia is the pleasant rich customer, but she only shows up on some days.
Some
Like Thursday.
SOM or SUM?
I feel like she'd probably be like, her whole thing would be that she's like a student at like a nearby like super rich college, and she goes out here to, you know, have coffee and get away
Valencia
from all
goes
the
to an Ivy
very...
League school.
Yeah, she does.
Valencia goes to an Ivy League school, but like she didn't really want to go to college, but you know, it looks good to go to school, and she like got like
Her dad's the headmaster.
her dad's the headmaster, but she got a 36 on her ACT anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's like people are like, oh, you only got in here because your dad. While that's semi-true, it's not the only reason.
it helps on the application, but like
Yes, the Problem City Elks, best Ivy League school in the nation.
Scholarships! Scholarships! Scholarships!
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so Vincent's the manager. Tommy, this is his first job out of the hospital, and he's not allowed to work by himself because he can't lift the heavy things, but he's great at latte art. Not as good as Percy, though, who's very good at latte art.
God, this is the worst idea. I'm just picturing, it's like, okay, you're going to be on the register now. All you have to do is press this button, hits the button, and suddenly just breaks his hand. Oh. We'll have to work on that.
God.
Percy, it hurts.
I feel like now I just have this image of like fucking Vincent hired Percy, and he's like, okay, so here's what you do for the fucking latte. Okay, this. He just sort of pours stuff. Does not even fucking bother with the art and shit. He's like, okay, you got that. And Percy is just like, I made a kitten, and Vincent's just like, and this is going in a to-go cup, so it doesn't matter. Okay.
it's like hyper realistic too.
It's like one of those kittens. It even has text. It's like a kitten poster.
Hang in there.
It says hang in there, baby.
I really want it to be inspiring.
Yeah. Great. Well, you know what it's gonna say in 2 seconds?
I don't think that's legible.
Yes, that's the point. Yes, so
I accidentally made Tommy too cute.
does Grace work at the coffee shop?
Oh,
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Bro.
The mental image of Grace working at the coffee shop. I'm sorry.
No, it's very funny.
Grace is like Detective Pikachu. She likes her coffee. She likes her coffee black as night.
Grace works the night shift.
I can imagine Grace working the night shift, and you can only ever see Grace if you come at certain hours.
Yes,
actually love
absolutely.
What
She's
kind
a
of
night
coffee
at the
shop
museum.
has a night shift?
Starbucks.
Plenty of them.
Oh,
Starbucks.
okay, so Starbucks. But I mean, I was thinking this isn't a chain.
I thought this was a normal coffee.
Most coffee, there are lots of not chain coffee shops that are open till like 9 or 10 around here.
Yeah.
Works like the last
shop's
2
open
hours.
till the shop's open till midnight.
Yeah.
And
Especially if you're in a college town, actually you'd want a coffee shop that
Yeah.
was open late hours.
Let's say that
Yeah.
Vincent works like I'm imagining Grace being the other manager actually. So Vincent works from like 8 to 6 or something more reasonable. But
Mm-hmm.
Vincent works works the day shift, and Grace and maybe that he's in there during a mid shift or something. You know what? He doesn't. He does.
Vincent never
He shows
leaves.
up, but he doesn't.
What's Thorin's
Vincent
deal?
never leaves, but he's technically not on the clock.
He's just
Thorin
there.
Thorin always comes and gets a hot cocoa and a cookie.
Yes.
Thorin is the owner's child.
Thorin is the only character whose sprite has to be standing on a box.
Like he's actually standing on a box.
I
Wanted
like
to
it
meet
if-
character height.
The power of boxes.
Yes.
Sometimes he goes in with Murder God, and that's the only time she comes across as not being a horrible, horrible, mean customer. Unless you don't get her
Honestly,
kid her
just
goddamn cookie.
Yeah, it could be like Harvest Moon, how you can make friends with the kids sometimes. Thorn could come in on similar days or same days as Murder God.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I was like, did I just forget Murder God's name?
That's fair. She's not important.
I mean,
This is
I
the
put
one
together the family tree, and we can't figure out where Murder God fits into the Discord murder party story of the family tree.
This is the one time you will ever hear that sentence. Savor it now. You will
I'm
never hear that
savoring
sentence
it.
ever again.
I mean, wasn't the idea that Murder God's potentially an option, but you have to
Murder God is a secret.
She's
It's
a
one of-
secret option.
She's
She's
the
one of the
secret
three
option,
side
yeah.
options. You can end the murder game by joining the Murder God.
You probably can only get it by basically being really meta, restarting things several times, and then she'd be like, "What the fuck do you think you're
Just
doing?
Murder
You
Cat.
are fucking
Just
up the
Murder Cat.
story.
You're ruining my game.
Do you mind? I am trying something new, and you are fucking it up."
Okay,
Question is,
reset.
Can I code something like that? That's the real question. Is can I code that?
They managed. Salvador, you managed to do it with Monica. You can do it with Murder God.
No.
I
I'm
can't
saying,
believe
can I
that Murder God was actually
Sorry, bro was
Flowey
saying
the
a thing.
Monica.
I'm saying, can I, Bro Dingles, code that? As in, I'm literally okay. Not to compare myself to greatness, but I'm literally Toby Fox, not knowing how to code.
When do you
when
work
I
on
found
Pokemon,
out this
bro?
man, apparently somebody looked at his code and was just like, oh my god.
Somebody like this code is like, oh god.
Oh god, why did you do this way? This is no, this isn't how you make games. And then Toby was just like,
And-
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. I just made Undertale.
Look, here's a fat skeleton.
Look, I fixed it. I just put it in the magical glass.
And actually, Undertale has been hacked a lot. There's the whole thing with Flowey's time machine, which lets you edit your save.
Yep. But yeah, so Murder God comes in with her kids and is the world's meanest employee. Does she owns the place, right?
She owns the place, but I don't know anybody. This is a kitchen nightmare situation
Yeah.
where the owner still keeps
Are you implying that
doing
Murder God is
drinks.
Gordon Ramsay?
No, I'm implying Murder God is one of the shit owners.
Ah.
I was considering doing a Hell's Kitchen sort of scenario.
Oh god, no.
I'd love it. I'd love it.
My ears would not be able to
Okay,
take
so but yeah, Murder God is the owner, shows up at exactly 1 p.m. every afternoon, orders a very convoluted thing as a quote unquote test. But really it's just an excuse for her to be mean to you, and then she yells at you to get her son a cookie. Which has already been done, because unlike Murder God, everyone likes Thorin. Most of them like Thorin.
Oh my god, that's cute.
So where does McGillicuddy fit into this?
Yeah, I was gonna say, McGillicuddy,
Janitor?
okay, so this is semi-based on, do you remember, forever ago when I made, this fantasy deli?
I do remember that, yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to remember, this is basically ended up in the fantasy deli, except they actually work here
Yeah.
this time instead of just visiting constantly.
Mhm.
I'm wondering, McGillicuddy's, I don't think McGillicuddy works here.
No.
I don't.
He
think
has
works here.
multiple like PhDs. He's too good for. he no.
McGillicuddy's probably also a customer. Honestly speaking, I wonder if McGillicuddy would be good for like tutorial stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, he could be a tutorial guy. Maybe he's I mean, we could expand the world. Maybe he's a professor at the
Yeah, I
Problem
was
University.
thinking that. Yeah,
There
maybe
we
he's a
go.
professor at Problem.
Yeah.
He teaches whatever. I mean, who cares?
Oh, that's my favorite subject.
I can't believe Valencia's majoring in whatever.
I see.
It's
See,
the,
is-
that's the subject that McGillicuddy teaches.
She's majoring in whatever with a minor in who cares.
Yep. What a mood.
Love that major.
McGillicuddy as the tutorial character. Good! Seduce me!
I am not one of your fried chicken harlots. What?
Are
Like
you
my men
okay?
dangerous. What?
Then he can just sort of show up on occasion to let. So here's your grit. Here's how you're being graded right now.
He's the Iris.
Yes.
Of the game.
Oh my god, yes.
It looks like
Here's how you're doing, and it's bad!
And it's the thing is, he gives you the advice, but unlike Iris, who is very kind
wait,
about your
no,
choices,
because-
McGillicuddy's not kind
Okay,
about
so-
your choices.
Okay, so because this happens like a third of the way through the game, I'm no longer considering it a spoiler. You should know what you're getting into. He could keep track of the werewolf stats.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
As in, he's like, okay, this is who's alive, this is who's dead, this is how things are going. It's like Murder God's also keeping track of it, but like McGillicuddy's the one like helping you with the actual like game part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Murder God's like, oh, it looks like somebody didn't show up this morning, huh?
Weird.
Weird.
I accidentally made this Tommy too cute, and I
He's really cute.
How dare.
Is he not supposed
That's
to be
really
cute?
cute, Tommy.
Is good.
How charming. I love him. But yeah, that works. Let's see. Percy works at the coffee shop. Let's see. What about Junior? Does he work at the coffee shop? Or are we continuing college AU Junior?
College AU Junior is dead.
No.
Even if we were continuing college AU Junior, he still have a part-time job. So
Yeah.
he
That's fair.
probably he probably works. I think he might work night shift, and he does more of the like bringing in supplies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you have that person that does the stock in the back room and just
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Most small
Mhm.
coffee shops, I believe the barista still does that, but like, I don't know. Murder God just was like, I'll hire an extra person to do this. Fuck it.
You got muscle? Fuck it.
Why the hell not?
It's fine.
It's like I'm pretty sure Junior's like, yeah, you would have day phase and night. You have day phase and night phase. And it's like, what were you doing during the night phase, Junior? I work here.
Likely story.
Actually, that means that nobody can actually work the night phase. The night phase of the werewolf part would have to be after midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Listen, night is many hours.
What?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me right
Night
now?
encompasses many hours. I'm laying down the hard truths here.
Speaking of night, I really can't stay awake. I'm gonna go.
No worries.
Alright.
It was nice having you, Queen.
Yeah, have a good
Take
night.
care.
Now, if Discord would actually let me hang up, I would.
You can't leave. You can never leave.
Alright, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye. You gotta draw everybody facing the left.
You gotta.
Like, it's probably easier to just flip the sprite in Ren'Py than it is to heckin' like draw people facing different ways and then having to, you know.
Yeah.
I could just have everyone facing forward, which is probably the more correct way to do this, but screw it. I like 3/4 views.
Everybody's like Dingley Grandpa.
I think, yeah, Dingley Grandpa has them forward. Ace Attorney has them doing whatever the hell they want. They do.
Well, Ace Attorney has them mostly forward, but they also have 3/4 sprites.
Yeah, if they're the defense of the prosecution, they got 3/4 sprites.
Well, yeah, but also even in the field, they can go 3/4.
Well, they mostly I was about to say it's mostly forward in that case though.
It's mostly forward in the field, yeah.
Yeah. I was drawing Grace and I ended up tracing. Let me pull Vincent up. I can't confuse those two.
What are you talking
This
about?
is
Grace
Vincent
and
as
Vincent are practically the same person.
Oh yes, my favorite DMD character, Grace Gwendolyn.
My favorite character is Grinsent.
Grinson.
Grinsent Marshall Greed.
Excellent.
You're a mean
Ah,
boy,
fuck.
Mr. Grinsent.
Oh yeah. Oh right. There are also unawakened. The unawakened are here.
Yeah, I was
Because
gonna
this is
say.
like we needed 10 people to round out a murder game, right?
I want a DD decaf.
Hey.
DDD is not
I don't-
allowed in the dating.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right, it's
denied.
Optimus Prime instead.
Optimus Prime is also not allowed in the dating sim. He will cause problems with Hasbro.
Hasbro's gonna kill us.
Oh
Again.
well, we had a good
Okay.
run.
Again.
All right, bye.
So, I guess Juno's character can be some totally not DDD character.
DDD with a Groucho Marx mustache.
Emperor me.
Emperor
It's I, Emperor me.
That-
Notice the mustache and the
Maybe
notice,
not me.
Emperor Me
notice
Me
the
Me
mustache and the
does he have,
gigantic nose and the bushy eyebrows.
Does Emperor Me have a long blue wig and a pink dress by any chance?
Yeah, definitely not me.
No, definitely not that.
What?
Me was a music video that was really
Disturbing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't actually thinking of that, but fair enough.
I know
It
you
was a
weren't, but the moment you said it, I did, and I know if I think
Mhm.
something immediately that means that there's enough population of people that are going to think of that immediately.
So this is.
I mean, it's a great video. I love it.
It's a great music video. It's just
Yeah.
ooh.
It's disturbing, yeah, but I love it.
I've never heard of this. Wow.
Grace still wears
Same.
her jacket despite
Probably
what
for the
Good.
best.
she shot.
I second Kristen. I am amazed that Kristen hasn't because she's an elder.
You know, here's the thing. In some ways, I'm an elder. I've seen memes you'd never believe. Memes before the word meme even existed.
The word meme has existed for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Okay, memes before it really was in common usage on the internet.
The word meme has existed for hundreds.
Not common usage!
No, the concept of a meme. Okay, sorry.
No, yes! The concept of a meme has existed for a very long time. The word meme has existed for a while, but it was not really in common usage on the internet for a while.
Because there was no internet.
There were
No.
a few.
Memes?
Oh,
I'm
was
sorry.
there.
I know.
I was there.
What did I say
Look,
about
do
your
not
ass
say-
and being smacked?
Look, I know you were talking to Emperor Charlemagne about the dank memes you were gonna share while doing the crusade.
I.
Do not recite the ancient text to me. I was there when they did it.
Anyway, let Kristen continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I also live under a rock, so as much as I am very familiar with some things that none should remember, I also managed to avoid a lot. Like, honestly, most memes these days I'm only aware of because all of you guys, like, will repeat them and I'll be like, ah, that must be a thing. I
Yeah.
guess, and then it's like, do I ever bother to seek out the source? Nah.
Me.
Vibe
Yeah.
check.
We don't
Yeah.
even know the source of vibe check.
Never
The
will.
source of vibe check was when we needed to check someone's vibe.
Well, yeah, but yeah. God, I'm heckin' vibe eventually because we all are, but that's fine.
So for game mechanics, when you're raising affection with all these characters, would that particular variable be called story point?
Yes, actually, I was talking to.
We cracked a joke like that before. I can't remember
my
what
God.
though.
I was talking to Jordan about it earlier, and we were talking about incorporating story points some way. And
We were
it-
talking about his
Story
character,
points.
Big Brain.
Yeah, it did
Big
cross my
brain.
mind to. It did cross my mind to just call them story points. Yeah.
It's a good callback at the very least.
Well, also we.
And you're gonna have something called story points.
What do those do? They give you story points.
They affect the story through the point value.
Why do you say it like that? There are things
like
that
what?
you would do. Like story points.
Well, what are you saying? Are you trying to say story point?
No, you did it again.
Did what again?
You said it like that.
Said what like that?
Say story points.
Story point.
Say just like that.
Okay, say story.
Story.
Now say points.
Points.
Now say story points.
Story.
Yeah, the man wants to use his story point.
Story point. I love how in the compilation just everyone was freaking cracking up during it.
Are you gonna use one of your story points?
You bet your ass I will.
There's a beverage in the cafe called the story point.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's yeah, we just put a little coffee, then put some milk into it.
Milk.
Milk.
I need to give the people milk.
You do.
God, if you're in Juno server, you have milk, but aside from that,
You do not
God.
have milk.
you do not have milk. I wanted to color it. That's part of why I was waiting.
If you're in my server, you also have lemon squares, which are dry.
Why am I cleaning up?
What if all the
Rachel's face?
beverages are references to DMP memes? Sure, why not?
Okay. We call this one the Dabbing Tommy.
Do you call this
We call
one
this
Remember the Hot Tub?
We call this one the deep fried Percy.
And we call this one the Doot Doo. Don't order the Doot Doo.
If you order the do at night, Junior kills you immediately, and
That's one of the bad
It's
endings.
over. Junior kills you immediately.
he shoots you on sight. However, this is the vital clue to getting the this is vital to getting the most important clue that Junior is the gunslinger in this round.
I actually think that the more we talk about what everybody does, the more I've actually figured out the.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, well,
What's
who's
going
what?
Grace is the bodyguard.
Alright.
I'm sorry. Grace is the bodyguard. I'm not gonna say no. If I do that, then that's the only thing left.
Okay,
That's the only thing left.
okay. I guess it will remain a mystery then.
Well,
And also, I only have two of them, Grace is the bodyguard because I just thought it would be funny because all of their names are short, like to fit in.
Grace Bodyguarden.
And then
Guard.
it's just like guard.
Guard.
Guard. Bear.
What's funny is Junior's name tag actually just says Junior, and everybody's just like, "Okay, what's your full name though?" And he's like, "Yeah."
Yes.
Gestures at name tag.
Who's on first?
I don't know.
Third base.
Third base.
I had a professor who got sidetracked saying something. She said, "You know who's on first?" And then she's like, "What's on second? I don't know something." Third, like I
base.
fucking finished it for her, and she was just like, "Oh, thank God." It's Grace .png.
This picture is horribly inaccurate. Grace doesn't smile.
She does now.
She does now. She smiled in the Lotus episode.
This is a happy AU. This is a happy
She has only
AU.
smiled a
it's
total of
not.
2 times in Discord Murder Party.
Did she smile when she was making the sandcastle with Percy?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, she did not. Not in that picture.
It was
But Percy
unintentional.
mentioned seeing her smile.
Oh yeah, he did mention Seer. I'm sorry. I went to the point where I was just like, are we talking about visual evidence? Are we talking about we said it?
We're talking about points that occurred in the story, or as some would say, plot points.
Sorry.
The joke was that I wasn't gonna say story points, but okay.
Yeah. You have summoned me, and so I arrive.
Oh my god, I can't believe you summoned Big Brain just by mentioning story points.
It's true, that's how that
You
works.
can't believe.
I'm sorry by saying what?
You're saying, by
I
saying
can't believe Big
story
I
points.
can't believe Big Brain
Ah, yeah,
is
there we go. I
actually-
couldn't understand you with the accent.
I
You gotta-
can't
you gotta say
believe
with
Big
the
Brain is actually the TOA announcer.
Of whom we know the name, but we refuse to call him that because fucking.
Calling him TOA announcer is just funnier.
Yeah, because it's just
time on Story Point.
Also, when he actually shows up in the show, I don't think that Xander is going to be doing the TOA announcer guy voice, probably. It's gonna be a
Probably.
different voice.
I think he mentioned wanting to do that voice, and then the real Acererak comes in, punches the guy, and starts talking completely differently.
That's excellent.
Yes, it's fine. It's fine. Story points.
Story points.
I wish Jeremy was here to appreciate.
Skateboards.
Story points.
Black Doom.
He's created something wonderful. See, that expression right there is really all you need.
This is
That's
her
the
neutral expression.
that right there is the expression of working a minimum wage service industry job.
Yeah.
I don't know which
This
one
is
you're
her
looking at, but
neutral
I'm sure I will.
That right there is why you're the best.
Yep.
Boss, you killed a child.
Amazing! Mission complete. That right there is why you're the boss.
best, but I also like boss.
Okay, so
No, not your eyebrows. I want to erase your mouth.
you mentioned like if your points are highest with whoever the murderer is, you just die, right?
If your points are highest with one of the murderers, pretty sure. I'm debating on if I want to do this earlier in the game or later in the game. Like for replayability's purpose, it would be earlier, but that also seems kind of like boring because then you would know one of them. Like,
Have we established
means that
who the second murderer is?
we have not, which means that like, oh god, actually that would be really cool if you catch one of them like on your first try because you ended up trying to romance them, and then you spend the rest of the game like avoiding that person, but then trying to like figure out who the other one is, and like you start noticing all the weird stuff that the murderer that you know is a murderer is doing, like in all the other later playthroughs. It's just, I don't know. That sounds fun.
Replayability. Woo!
I love replayability.
Are the characters always the same role, or do the roles shift?
I don't know how to program that. Ideally, if I had millions of dollars, it would shift.
If I had bajillions of dollars, I would make it so the roles shift, but we don't. We have negative dollars.
Clue, unfortunately.
This is kind of more story focused, so
Yeah.
the roles would not.
Story focused.
Mhm.
Sorry.
I can't believe you would invoke story points without the full phrase. How could you do that?
I'm sorry,
right.
but
What
what?
was I thinking?
Nothing.
Okay.
time to see how they look if they're in the coffee shop.
I'm still trying to figure out the stats of the other characters.
I don't know. Do Monster Prom stats apply?
I don't fucking know.
Scott likes to do extra things while we're doing things.
I see.
I do. I really
I was like, wait, what?
Dude, you remember the dumb fuck junior cursed throne sheet that I made?
I do remember that, yes.
Equipped
Okay.
with death blow, terrorizing his
She's
weapon
so
as a stick.
Murder God is so short.
For reference,
Ah,
I
man,
think this
Murder
is where
God.
the text box is. Like, the text box isn't just gonna be in blue. I think this is where it is in Rentai.
Hold on. Let me see. Ah! Murder, you get to see no tits.
Murder God boobies are forbidden.
Murder God bodies are forbidden.
Draws
Murder
Thorin
god
in.
bodies are for boobin.
Draws
Thorin's even shorter than Murder God.
No, I'm about to say Thorin's like Mike
Hold on.
Wazowski.
Mike
Wazowski. I can't believe it. I'm in a game. Canonically, floating text is a thing in Discord Murder Party because of how we make the stock image joke all
That's
the time.
true.
So it could be very well the case that Thorin is actually behind the text box.
Hooray for breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Please forgive my son. He's very shy. He likes to hide behind floating things.
I can't see!
God, amazing.
Ah, yes, the Grace Tommy fusion. Grace Gwendolyn.
Grace Gwendolyn, yep.
Grace Gritterny.
Grace Attorney.
Tommy's just so cute.
Valencent.
Valencent.
Now I gotta draw Valence.
We gotta draw Valencia.
Sometimes I like the
Uprising
sometimes the
Dish.
best ships are the ones that rely
Yeah, can't
exclusively on the name. Hmm.
This is a chaotic.
That Shy Guy says, if that's the case, maybe one of Murder God's different poses can be her casually leaning against the text box.
That sounds great, honestly.
Actually sounds great.
Phoenix suggested that she hoists Thorin over the text box, and I'm like, honestly, that sounds great. One of the sprites is Murder God lifting up Thorin so he can see over the text box.
Just piggy. Oh no, piggyback.
Oh no, that's really cute.
Yes.
Get to draw Valencia in modern clothing.
Ooh boy,
Oh boy.
what a treat! Hooray!
I imagine I'm still gonna give her a long skirt.
I mean,
Maybe
you
not
gotta.
too long.
It would be.
Wait.
I feel like now I feel like I need to draw Valencia in pants just for the sake of like drawing Valencia in pants.
You know,
What
I'm
is
gonna
this
draw-
sorcery? Is this a man's garb? Am I being transformed?
Oh. God, that's a. She'd look really good in them though. Don't mind me. I'm off to draw Valencia in fashion.
You can't draw.
I can't draw.
You can't draw.
I can't draw for multiple
can't
reasons.
draw.
I cannot draw. I can't draw because arms. I can't draw because I'm streaming. I can't draw. Life is suffering.
Please save your arms.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty excluded on our show.
That's basically our show.
Draco de Mortem says, I don't know if it was said, but what happens if you don't actually romance anyone by the end?
You can't.
That happens.
Well, okay. At some point in the game, it becomes less about romancing somebody and more about like finding the murderers.
Yeah.
Like it's about 2/3 the way through, you kind of realize that any of the romantic like things are just not gonna fall through, and it's one of those where it's not a bad ending to not romance somebody.
It's more of a let's interact with the DMP characters simulator.
Mhm.
DMP Simulator 2019.
DMP
Friend sim.
simulator.
It's a friend sim.
Untitled DMP game. You steal all of their things.
Steal all their things. And clip through the floor while you're at it.
Down goes the goose.
I'm gonna give her a bag. She carries her school things.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just remembered that she's supposed to be a college student. I was like, wait, what? Why does she have a bag? She's in the coffee. Kristen. Oh yeah.
Because college student. They go nowhere without bags.
You are correct.
You are valid
Essentially.
and right.
Correct. They go nowhere without bags.
You going nowhere.
I like giving her this high-waisted and I'm just putting cute outfits in Valencia. I'm not even paying attention to any-
Good.
It's fine. That's fine. She's a college student.
She deserves
She
it.
can wear whatever cute outfit
Absolutely.
she wants. Valencia can do whatever she wants.
Live for the cute outfits.
Valencia deserves it.
Yeah.
Imagine she's still wearing like a necklace.
Valencia von Pravam Empire deserves it.
She deserves nice things. God damn it. I just want her to
really
be
does.
happy.
I've been drawing so much DMP lately.
Well, I'm not complaining. Like,
I think
oh,
this is gonna be. Nope, it's not the first time. I was gonna say this is gonna be the first time I've drawn all the Awakened. No, it's not.
No.
No.
I need to get back to figuring out like because while they I don't know if this is considered artistically disrespectful. I just kind of consider it like the way of the course.
Mm-hmm.
But like I know that whenever I draw the DMP cast, there's like an on model for Bro Dingles, and then there's an on model for being on model. As in like Grace, I've drawn way differently over time because I used to emphasize her jaw a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I've switched it from being rectangles to triangles because now we have so many rectangles that it's actually more interesting to have
That would be a triangle.
to have her
Yeah.
slightly more angular.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I mean,
know
I think that's perfectly normal. Like, art evolution happens.
Yeah, but I mean that I don't have like anything consistent for people like Valencia yet.
I mean, yeah, she's barely existed.
I know,
Pretty
but
much.
what I'm saying is it only took me like a little while for Grace and Tommy
Mm-hmm.
before I got like more comfortable with Valencia. Every time I draw, I find something a little different about
Mhm.
how to do it, and it's been a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, schoolgirl Valencia looks so cute!
There was a discussion about voice acting in the game, and Dat Shy Guy offers up the perfect solution. If it does have voice acting, I got the feeling it'll either be small clips or a full, intense reading done by Gick Millicuddy.
And then the trash child ordered the cookie as usual.
Thanks, I hate it.
The stinky, smelly goblin child decided it wanted another cookie.
Gick Millicuddy is the voice of the menus.
Quit game.
You're like-
You just fucking started.
Would you like to save your game?
Options.
Oh god, what? Oh god, that'd be interesting if
Volume
no,
up.
this is a scenario, which means that he would only.
Yeah, we've only got the one because it's a scenario.
I was gonna say if this was like full out AU, it's like what if it's a different one every time? And
Oh my god.
Hello, my name is Stephen Cutter.
Yeah.
I'm just a nice guy.
Hello. I see you're looking for a tutorial. Well, I'm just new here myself, but I'll be happy to help you. And your options are: listen, run screaming.
Listen, run screaming, or who are you?
Mm-hmm. You got the French one. I do not care. You know how to play the game. Leave.
You know how to play the game?
God forbid you get the Jeff Goldblum one.
Oh my god! Would you like to save the game?
If you're going for a speed run, you get Speed Racer.
Oh my god! Choose your mode, speedrun mode. He's going over that cliff.
Oh!
That clip plays once you get a game over.
Yeah.
What happens if you run screaming? The game continues as normal.
Oh my god, there's a cheat code where if you enter the code in, all of the characters are just replaced with all of the different characters of the Fly.
Oh my god! And Murder God.
Congratulations, you've entered McGillicuddy mode.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, and this gets to Murder God's first appearance. She starts saying a line, eyes widen. I'm leaving.
McGillicuddy mode just like starts off with Murder God realizing it's McGillicuddy mode and forced crashing the game. Like no, I
No.
refuse.
No, I'm not dealing with this. No.
It's like that once. It's like that one scene in Doki Doki where Sayori becomes self-aware. It's just that, but it's just Murder God. It's like, no, why, no, ah!
No.
No.
Wait,
Fuck
just
that.
like all of the McGillicuddys show up and then suddenly Murder God just like there's like a fucking record scratch. Murder God's like, no. Hi, yes, I'm sorry. It seems that something's gone horribly wrong here. Anyway, I know what you were thinking. McGillicuddy mode sounds great. That's nice. Too bad it's not happening. Leave.
And it's just over.
Your name in the beginning, and if you enter McGillicuddy, that's what happens.
Instant game over.
Instant game over.
Cheat codes by entering in various names.
You get hard mode by like you get hard mode by quote unquote hard mode by entering Frisk, and then it's just like
For fuck's sake.
Hard mode
You
by
enter the name-
entering Frisk.
you went to the name Murder God. You were launched into Murder God mode. Everybody is Murder God. You are Murder God. I'm Murder
No,
God.
you try entering the name Murder God, the game just closes.
Yeah, no, she would never allow that. She'd be mad that you were taking her
Yeah.
thing.
You input the name, she slides on screen. No.
Game crashes.
Game crashes.
Try again, fucker.
Game crashes. You open it back up. That's the first thing you hear.
What other fun
Could
name
Billy be in
jokes
the
could be
game?
added?
No.
No. You name yourself Vincent.
Me quietly puts Billy in the game, and none of you find it.
You brought Ingles a secret Easter egg.
You change your name to Daniel, and Junior just refuses to talk to you.
Yeah.
You're soft locked.
Yeah.
Billy is a secret. Meanwhile, Bro comes up to me. Hey, I'm going to need you to record as some character. If you could give him a really high pitched and annoying Cockney voice, it's my original character. And he's just gonna.
Original character, Lily.
Willy. You couldn't even go with like something that at least sounds like a real name, like
Nope,
Willy.
nope, Lily.
That Shy Guy brings up a good point. You enter hard mode by entering the name Seer. Your funeral.
That face.
Disapprove.
What did I do?
Oh.
Sad baby.
Oh, she's sad.
She's more uncomfortable, I think.
Well, let's say she's more uncomfortable.
Oh, she's discomfortable.
What did you tell her?
She... we
Like,
told her
everybody-
about DMP after dark.
We told her.
Sad feet.
We told her
Everyone
what?
has an great.
Send feet? Well, my father did keep a collection of severed feet from his political enemies.
Oh, God!
I mean, if that's what you want, I'm not here to judge.
You can get a bunch of game overs by doing a bunch of terrible meme options like send feet.
Send feet.
Send feet.
I'm a spy.
I'm gonna have to minimize the window really quick.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh god, the windows with the windows.
Stream
I
pods!
almost had the windows minimized.
There's only one way to get a true bad ending with Percy. Just enter the username Garden Weasel.
He goes feral. You meet Percy, he goes feral.
Percy.
Did you
You
say?
input the name Doot Doot, you meet Junior, immediately you die.
He shoots you on sight. He doesn't like suplex you or anything. He doesn't use
No, that
super
just
strength or
changes
anything. He just...
that just changes the in-game music, but it doesn't stop.
They're like,
You meet
like
Junior with the in-game music like this. You never see him again. Like,
Yep.
honestly, that sounds fucking great though. The doot 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 mode where it's always the doot doot doos. That music never stops, and you
You're
do get like
locked
an
into
extra
that.
thing of the characters reacting like, "Aren't you getting kind of sick of this music?"
No, the answers are no and no.
You're locked into it for the rest of the run.
That's all you hear.
When you try to restart the game, the first time you try to do it, when you open up the game again, it'll be the doot doot doos, and Murder will be like, no, you chose this path. You have to finish it. This is what you get. Get back to the fucking game. If I have to deal with this, so do you.
Yeah. Look at you, Mr. Clever Dick out there, thinking you can escape the Doot Doos. No, I'm stuck with these. You are too. Fucker.
Oh my god.
You enter You enter a sound test. And whenever you see it, you know how sometimes you just see a bunch of figures or whatever playing the music, even though they're not actually playing the song. You see Vincent on his guitar or Murgod on the guitar, and Unirob in the corner. If you play in the sound test, the Doot Doots, they don't even play the song. They just give you this awkward stare.
They cover their ears. One of them covers their ears.
Vincent, Percy.
Junior leaves.
I like the idea that if you're in do mode, Junior will appear, look horrified, and then just like fucking, exit stage right and never reappear.
You're locked out of his route.
Yeah, no, you locked yourself out of it by entering.
I'm living for these Easter eggs. We're never gonna make this, but I'm living for them.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm living for this.
God.
Like,
Oh god, I just thought of something
okay,
really
if you
morbid.
would play your character are the
What?
Grace. I'm thinking about like who's who in thing.
Oh, for like werewolf.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe either Percy or Valencia.
Yeah, it makes sense for Percy or Valencia, because Percy's got the fantastic coffee art. Valencia's got money, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Here comes the money.
Like I know who one of them are.
Is Percy fast about making latte art? Percy's the sort of person who would get so caught up in latte art that he's not actually doing his job.
Percy's the barista that people come to see, but like that you set up a certain amount of time to specific barista.
Yeah.
As in, like, he's the one where people come specifically to go like, no, I want Percy to make my coffee.
Yep.
And then but you're sitting there like watching it do it, and you came for the spectacle. Like, if you came to get fast coffee, I am so sorry if Percy is your barista.
I feel like Vincent's just like, kid, I'm paying you for so many things that aren't this. Percy, please. Percy, the daily
Vincent's like, he
beautification
can't
list is
fire
not
him
gonna do itself.
Vincent
But he
can't
fire him
one
because he's...
One, because it's a scenario. Two, he can't fire him because it's like Percy brings in enough customers with his latte art where it ends up where it ends up balancing it out. Who have I not drawn aside from Junior?
The fucking eyebrows floating.
Wait, what?
And Prince
those are floating eyebrows.
And I'm going to save this image forever.
Sorry, bro. Continue.
Well, since I just finished the set, do you guys want to take a break until 30 and then come back?
Yeah, we should take a break. All right,
Sure.
we will be back in 10 minutes or so. See you all then. Love you all. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Woohoo.
Bye.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Discord Mocha Party, which is the... It's the coffee shop, AU.
I'm so happy right now. I will not lie, the only thing that keeps me from writing a coffee shop AU fanfic is the fact that I am busy writing the show. I really like coffee shop AUs.
Meanwhile, the only thing that keeps me from writing Working Week, which is basically Coffee Shop AU, but much worse for everyone involved, is laziness.
I understand.
That's fair.
Also, this image is fucking adorable. So, Phoebe made us some coffee shop art, and I would like to show it, but I will be showing it in the post-show, so if you guys want to see that rad fan art, stay tuned. In the meantime, though, I believe we are going to continue our very important, what's next for the creation of this great game that's totally gonna exist.
Vincent's root gets really emotional just so I can play your...
Yay!
Like, I was going to put it in, like, prototype thing I used today, and I was like, no, that song is sad, and I was like, but so I guess Vincent's roots got...
I mean, realistically, all roots will be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta be level whatever to unlock this sad backstory. Oh, you can do that, actually? Because it's a game and not real life? Huh.
Look, you can. Alright.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no. Yeah, we'll have all this really nice, music that Jordan and Pro and JoJo have already done. And then I'll be like, okay, so I need you guys to compose the world's most generic coffee shop theme.
I stole one from Kevin McLeod because I felt like it wouldn't really...
No, I mean, that's what Murder God would use for the scenario, so...
I stole one from Kevin McLeod.
He's a kind man who won't stop me. Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thank
We
you,
all
Kevin.
owe Kevin. Right, who have I not drawn?
I owe Kevin. Kevin
Junior and Doctor, I believe.
Yeah.
Time to draw the doctor.
Yeah.
What?
H what?
H what? H what? I love Dr. McGillis.
I love him so much. He hasn't said what in so long, and that...
The next time he says what, I'm gonna cry. Like, if he ever says it again, I'm gonna cry. I'm just waiting on Alex to find like the perfect moment to what, and then it's just gonna be like us. It's gonna feel like it's gonna feel emotional because it hasn't said what in a while.
Oh god, I remember when the thing happened. I also remember the hot tub. It's not going to happen, but I so desperately want to see like Vincent and McGillicuddy just sitting there, and then someone somehow awkwardly brings up the hot tub. Which Vincent does not remember, probably. McGillicuddy, what?
Grace has a... I'm pretty sure.
But do you remember the hot tub, my good man?
And that's the story of how I got split to crack.
I appreciate that everyone has that, like, that's how I got split to crack story. Like, everyone's always so proud of it.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I don't have one yet one day, and then I realized that it was Poppins and beer pong, like.
And you got to physically experience him cracking up.
walk over and grab a glass.
Me sitting here feeling this entire show just be strangled out of my grip. As Split walks away from the fucking microphone. Are you getting a drink?
Are you getting a drink? I'm gonna make McGillicuddy play with this mustache, even though he probably shouldn't. Just to make it not the same as Grace.
Good. Just excellent.
I'm thinking about the fact that I might have to clean these eventually, and I'm dying. Because I'm just... You know what? No, y'all get a half-finished game. I'll finish writing it, but I'm not gonna...
I'm not gonna finish all the art. That's perfectly fine. Style. Listen, it'd be cool if it even existed, so...
Yeah. What I did learn today was that I have even though I have trouble writing, like, dialogue for The Awakened, I have less trouble doing it in a game setting, oddly enough. It feels more like a conversation, if that makes any sense. Like, instead of me, like, you know... I tend not to write dialogue in my writing in the first place. So then it's just like, but if you have me write pure dialogue and not have to worry about what goes between it, I'm actually pretty decent at it. So it's like, so you can write scripts? No, not the same thing.
I mean, sometimes it's really the way to do it is just to write the dialogue and then go back later and make sure to include some stuff about them, like, doing a few things so they don't seem like they're just cardboard cutouts standing there speaking words at each other.
Words.
It's
words.
like, it's like write the thing, then it's easier for me to imagine a character acting while they're doing the thing. So it's like, I don't know. The writing's weird. It's NaNoWriMo. I actually want to participate this year.
I've never actually participated in NaNoWriMo, which is probably kind of shocking given how everything I've ever written is actually a novel. On accident. But I've never participated because I never have any original ideas for actual novels. I have one, but I've never actually...
have to do something weird. I'm pretty sure that NaNoWriMo, like...
Oh yeah, it's just make a thing and work on it every day. That's it.
I have plenty of ideas and even more laziness.
I'm like, well, right now I couldn't write. Basically, it's
Kristen,
like
you don't have arms.
Yeah, A, I don't have arms. B, if I write anything, it's for DMP. I did a lot of writing today. It's just not for a novel. It was trying to work out the broad beats of season 3.
I kind of decided that I'm gonna try and to do what I did with Inktober, which was just draw something every day. I'm gonna just try to write something every day.
Oh, that's good.
Today I got my writing done by writing stuff for this, so...
Nice.
There we go.
And tomorrow I don't know what I'm gonna do, but... It'll be something.
Welcome back, Scott.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Scott.
Thank you.
At Scootaloo.
Yeah, I really like when it comes to Inktober and NaNoWriMo, you know, some people get real intense about it and do like a whole ass novel and follow all the prompts, and awesome. But hey, if you're just drawing and or writing every day, or you know, getting enough done that it takes up a month, probably not every day, congrats! You made things! I'm proud of you.
It's like, it should be a time to focus, not necessarily a competition. Like, if yours is to do like one year I want to do like one or the other.
Yeah.
But it wasn't this year. I knew I wasn't gonna get it done this year, so I just have just dedicated myself to making sure I do something.
Yeah.
Because that feels good to like have something done. But Jojo and I were actually talking about doing this other thing that they did at Cal Arts, which is, well, and I think they do it at other schools too, but like I learned about it from Cal Arts students, was where they make a short film in a weekend.
I see.
Ooh.
Fun.
And it's like, and the entire point of it is it's crappy, so like just try to get it done. They're like, they're just like, please don't try to make this is not the time to try to make your master. honestly speaking, working on things really fast and is a good way to like find quicker ways to do them when you're not trying to work really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like because yesterday I was animating a thing and I recognized a whole lot of ways to do things way faster. It's just and like I was doing some lip syncing the day before that and I was just like, oh, you know what? This is McGillicuddy's only sprite.
Just
I
needs
do not
to-
give enough of a shit to do anything else.
I might wiggle his eyebrows a little bit.
Yes.
But it's
The other sprites are just the other McGillicuddies.
The other McGillicuddies.
they're all buried deep within the code. You can find them, but like
You gotta really dig.
Dig a little deeper.
But yeah, like with doing the lip syncing, I actually learned a lot about how to shorten the amount of time it takes me to lip sync.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Well, good for you. Yay.
Proud of you, dude.
Yeah.
Yay.
That's neat. I think someday I'd like to try to do NaNoWriMo proper. I think if I actually had like, you know, a thing planned out, I could probably actually do like NaNoWriMo as it's, you know, the way that like it's set out. Write a novel that is this many words in a month. I could probably do it. I just need to have an actual idea and an outline first.
I have faith in you.
So someday, if that's a future Kristen problem, maybe.
So what you're saying is that's future Kristen's problem?
Yes. Sorry, today was dealing with future Kristen problems.
Now you are future Kristen.
Now you are future Kristen.
I'm not, I was like, well, there's a lot of stuff about season 3 that, you know what, I'll
Remember who
later.
you are. You are future Kristen. And the one... Oh, wait. No, never mind. Got the wrong address. My bad. See you. Later.
Okay, good, I didn't think I could handle that much pressure. Thanks! Bye!
You're welcome!
Alright, who have I not drawn?
Yeah,
Time
it's
to
fine.
draw TDD.
So it's no. Oh my god! I get to tell you guys. So I found out about this movie the other day.
Mhm.
It was advertised for me on Facebook before Halloween was over. I had this movie advertised for me called Christmas Jars. That's the name. Listen, this is great. It looks really bad. It just looks so bad. Listen, it's the story of a young reporter woman who just wants to do good, and her mom's tragically died, and it's very sad. But then a mysterious jar appears on her doorstep, which has Christmas jar painted on it. Wow! And then it turns out these Christmas jars are appearing all over town. She's gonna try.
Wow!
That sounds like a bomb threat.
She's gonna try to figure out who the Christmas jar person is. Could it be this mysterious handsome man who she's been interacting with? Ooh!
You
who
didn't
knows?
tell me about the mysterious handsome man.
Yeah, I didn't hear that part.
I am Tuxedo Mask.
My work here is done!
But you didn't do anything.
It's it's not a Hallmark movie.
Ho ho ho!
Oh,
All I
God
know
damn
is
it.
apparently it's showing in select theaters, but only for tomorrow evening. And honestly, a small part of me wants to go see it,
Phantom Events.
Do it.
but I can't because I gotta pick up Shay from the airport tomorrow.
Aw.
Alas, God, how I have to get my hands on Christmas jars. It looks so mediocre, and I love mediocre, like, Hallmark-esque Christmas movies. I love them so much. They're so bad. It's great.
There must have been that
Yes.
magic in that old clay jar she found.
It's not a clay jar, it's a glass jar with Christmas jar painted on it in some nice,
There must have
like...
been some magic in that old glass jar she found.
There must have been some magic in that bomb threat she found.
For when she opened up the jar, she blew up half the town.
That Shy Guy's like, I am the jar man. My jars are full of Christmas.
My jars are full of Christmas. Special delivery today.
I am the jar man. My jars are full of Christmas.
Why did my
Madam
brain
Zed
just go
says-
Christmas Bob Book and
Sorry? No, sorry?
the heckin' no, you said that in a voice that reminds me of the all.
All apart.
All of the other reindeer.
Oh, the other reindeer. So, Madam Zed is, I hate to change the subject here, but is Bro drawing DDD right now? Of course not! That's not DDD! That's his brother.
That's not DDD.
That's he.
What if
You know what?
we-
He has-
What if we just got, what if it was just like Chi-Chi, but like with the fucking like DDD mask on, and we just called Empress Chi-Chi?
I'm just picturing Chi-Chi doing the King DDD voice now.
It's a good mental image.
Someone please contact Chi-Chi immediately.
Dear Chi-Chi, this is important.
I need you to drop
The thing is, knowing
everything.
Chi-Chi, she would. Nobody-
Exactly. I need you to drop everything and do this. I love this because, like, with the black bar over his eyes, it just makes me think of, like, that scene in Agretsuko where Retsuko is, like, on fucking reality TV show just talking about how much she hates her job, and, like, it's so obviously her, and it's so obvious who she's talking about, and they've done very little to hide it.
It's very.
I'm not that far in Agretsuko.
It's like the
It's episode 3.
Yeah.
Is it episode 3?
Yeah, it's episode 3.
Yeah.
I've seen episode 3. Why? I just don't remember.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. If it's not actually that relevant to the rest of the show. It happens.
I don't know. It isn't relevant until.
I'm sorry.
God, I'm so behind on it. I'm so behind on it. I'm so behind on it.
It's okay. I don't watch most things. Only recently do I now watch things, I guess. Oh, I watched Chernobyl. It was really upsetting. That's my review. Great! Upsetting! A++! Crime
Chernobyl.
Straczynski.
I was sad.
I was sad. Woohoo! Oh, oh god, the jazz music has stopped. Someone fix it! Play the jazz music!
Alright, on it.
Alex, so help you. You better play the jazz music. Alex.
See, for at first I thought he was going to, and then he said something.
And then you said something, so now I'm inspired.
Oh god damn it.
I can't leave the call.
God damn it.
No, Daniel, we're not eating the cat. We're not. No. No.
God damn it. I hate this thing.
Have you ever wanted to get copy strikes?
We paid $2 to be able to use
It's like
this.
we can't. I was just thinking. I was just
We
like,
can't. We have a license.
Please, someone stop me! I legally can't stop you. You own the rights. Why can't you stop me? Okay, I'm gonna set up jazz now. We're free now. We're free of the no, Alex, no.
That fucking timing, though.
Okay, now we can go back to the stream. I was set to the Kristen by herself show image, so that way people wouldn't be able to see our Discord while I tried to end your tyranny. This is it. This is my life.
Turns to sad face.
Oh my god!
Yeah, when you're in Dude mode, the only emotion anyone has is the sad face.
God. Someone please make the most cursed mashup possible and make a mashup.
Yeah, if you pay $5, you get the individual parts, so it's easier to mash up Toot and Megalovania.
Oh god.
When I got this song, it was, a few hours before we were about to run the show, and I was kind of panicking because I just couldn't seem to find the right music. And then I was like, this is kind of obnoxious, but I guess it'll work.
I remember that.
Famous last words.
No, Junior's not dead. Draw Coffee Shop Junior. I want to see Coffee Shop Junior.
I'm sorry, Kristen.
Does that say Junior is dead?
He's dead. Okay. Wow, he's not dead anymore.
And then
Junior,
there's
you
Junior.
asleep? Junior is dead.
And then there's Junior. He's dead.
Stream's over, everybody go home.
Yeah. Stream's over, everybody go home. We're gonna play the Song of My People.
Let's just do an IR cover of 90s sitcom.
Oh god. The irony of this is that I keep bringing it up, but I wasn't even there for that episode. Well, no, I was there for the episode. I wasn't there for that scenario.
That Shy Guy did a
You're not my usual song, you know. You know the joke now lets go. It's time to make the people put the song on mute, and we start playing Toot Toots!
God. But yeah, I was like, fine, I guess this will work. Okay, I'll pay $2 for it. And then I'll just put it on the list, and I'll include a note for Alex telling him it's probably gonna get annoying, so once it starts to get annoying, please switch it to the other music.
It's like, you DM'd me that day, and there's an alternate universe where I finished making...
You finished
It's not this one.
I should have known this was going to happen when I wrote Alex, when this gets annoying, please change the music.
So Alex, when this gets annoying, you're like, is this a...
Yeah, you typed out those
mistake?
4 words to Alex and didn't think, wait.
I was very tired.
Yeah, what you could have done was say immediately, at this point, stop playing it. I would have obeyed. Instead, you left it open to my interpretation, and I decided to be the soundboard operator from hell.
Honestly speaking, it worked.
It did work. I am glad
Your
that
first
happened,
mistake.
because now there's the fucking animation of Murder God freaking out about it, which is... No! We're done with the do-do-do!
With Murder
I also
God and
appreciate
the
Cammy
Unhinged.
joining me at the soundboard to play the sitcom laugh tracks.
That was one of the best uses of our soundboard. Sometimes I think to myself, God, all the things we've added to this show have made it hell, and then I'm like, yes, but these additions also bring so much joy. Yeah, somebody, wait, there's an animation? Yes, I can't remember who it was, but someone made an animation that was just
Somebody did for Camp Streamix, they did they did like a compilation of
Yeah, it was a compilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was for the bomb too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It included such things as I'm a Tree, Miss M, and the great appearance and destruction of the pony, and...
Yeah.
And the
It's
Duke.
my
And I
little
think-
pony.
I think Olmec.
And Olmec.
They
Olmec
also
is
had
on there.
Olmec, yeah. We had
That
so
was our
many
crowning
good,
achievement, if you ask me personally.
we
It really
had
was.
So many good contributions.
Yeah. Season 2 was a good season. I'm proud of it. Good job, everyone. You're all very good at what you do.
Yay.
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 Now what?
Now season 3.
Season 3.
Now I die.
No.
You're not allowed to die.
I'm not allowed to
Dying
die
is
until this
illegal.
show.
Murder God has fallen. I am the new leader of the
No,
Decepticons.
okay, no, I'm back, I'm back, never mind. I do spend my days thinking to myself, God, I hope, like, this is very morbid, but I'm like, I hope nothing, like, really tragic happens. Not, you know, because that would be sad on numerous levels, but I'm like, man, if I die before my time, I won't finish DMP, and people won't know. What the fuck is that? Ah, that's Scott.
That's Scott's
Yes.
phone.
So these are the things that haunt me, and I'm like, what if something bad happens and I'm not able to finish this show? That's what's really important here. My priorities are definitely in order.
Junior with hair up or Junior with hair down?
I like it with up. Well,
He's
no,
working food
it-
service, so probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably up.
Yeah, hair up. We don't want to get stuff in the coffee.
Just dip his dreads straight into those lattes.
Like donuts.
Oh God. Yes, it's fine. Everything's fine.
Hey, this is fine.
It's fine.
I'm okay with the events that are happening right now.
Everything's fine.
Every day is great.
Every day's great. Season 3, and there was mostly it's oh, we gotta start working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Oh, I see. We need to start writing.
yep.
Stairs.
A few weeks ago, season 3 did not seem that close, but when I factor in stuff like the amount of time that like holidays automatically cuts out of available time, we actually have less time.
Like season 3 is actually already here, and we're.
It's actually already happening right now.
Yeah.
Surprise! This art stream is actually a very elaborate scenario.
Damn it, Alex, you gave it away.
Ah, frick. Well, guess I'll condemn myself to the Shadow Realm. Bye.
Alex, no! Alex, come back! No, he's back.
I'm back.
Alex, you have
Shadow
to.
Realm sucked.
Alex, you have to stay until you dramatically force the plot into motion again, forcing me to scream, pull out
Okay.
like 10 pages, and be like, Alex, no! No, I have to start again. Why?
Kristen, we can't do 37 seasons before we get to the big reveal. It's not in the budget.
What? What? But like, what if I ask really nicely?
No.
What if, listen, it's fine, we'll use funds from this great visual novel to pay for the 36 remaining seasons of, God,
Yeah,
I,
full circle.
36 amazing seasons of Discord Murder Party. 6 seasons in a movie, that's what we're going for here.
I imagined that and I immediately went.
DMP the musical.
Do
We
you
already
remember DMP the musical?
We already tried that.
Yeah.
God.
This is a very, very nice drawing of Junior, I say.
It is a very, very
Drawing
nice
Junior.
Yeah.
I love his
I
hair.
like.
He looks so good. I just really love Junior, okay?
Yeah. Discord Murder Party Season 54. And welcome back to Murdering! What are we doing again? I think we were awakening Juno!
Alex, you know damn well I would still sound the same. I haven't aged since I was 14.
Yeah. I mean, you would still sound like Chile. I, on the other hand, would become old man.
Everyone else sounds very old. I sound the same. In spite of the fact that I'm older than all of you.
Yeah, truly, this is the ageless power of the murder god.
Yes. God.
Yeah. Anathema says, okay, but actually imagine adding lyrics to some of the original songs from DMP. That'd be really cool. It would. We'd have to get a lyricist on staff, though. I don't know if we have one.
I don't know where we'd find someone like that who, like, makes lyrics and adds them to songs or something.
There isn't literally. I know that's the joke, but like still.
There are so many options here. God, no, even if we somehow had the budget for quote-unquote 36 seasons, I know that's too much. Like, no good show has 36 seasons.
No show that remained good.
Yeah. Like, all...
One Piece!
You know, maybe One Piece...
One Piece swings in and out.
One Piece swings in and out, yeah. The thing with One Piece is, like, it is actually going to an end point. It's not like with, like, you know, Supernatural, where it's like, well, the show is over and then we kept going. That tends to be what really, screws over a show, is, like, you get to a logical endpoint, but you're making money, so you don't stop. Or, you know, writers... Many things can happen to make people suddenly go, don't watch after season 4 for whatever show. But DMP has a set plot and endpoint, so it's not going beyond that. Really, the only thing I would say is, like, occasionally I'm like, I wish we'd somehow had more episodes so characters could do more things together, and then I'm like, none of us can do that. Stares into
And that's why we created a Twitter.
That's why the Twitters exist.
That's why Twitter's here.
Though I admit it, a part of me, like, last year, when the holidays came around, I really wanted to set up, like, a fucking, like, roleplay evening that was just the Awakened and Murder God have, like, a Thanksgiving or holiday dinner of some sort, and it's a good time. I wanted to do a holiday episode where nothing happened, we just did holiday bullshit. Why? Because I love holiday episodes so much. I just really love them, okay? I'm garbage. And I don't think it's gonna happen, but in my heart it happens. Anyway, that's my story about how much I like holiday episodes. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Listen, it would just be really cute! And they could get each other's presents and stuff, and they could go to a place with, like, snow, and it would be great, and everything just really like Christmas. Just really like Christmas.
Are you okay?
No!
Do you need a hug, Kristen?
Yes!
Okay.
Oh my god, this Junior face, though.
It's okay, Kristen. Christmas is coming.
Christmas is coming. I kind of
Junior face, though.
I kind of want Junior to do the bitch face from Depression.
If I can recreate, I can recreate.
Yes, recreate
Honestly,
it.
I've done it so many times that I should by now.
It's such a specific expression.
You know what? There's too much concern and.
Yeah, he
Slightly.
looks too worried.
Yeah, other angle on the eyebrows. Tilt them down. Tilt them down ways. There we go.
You have depression.
You have depression.
But yeah, but consider Discord Murder's giving party. Honestly, honest to God, I desperately want a fucking The Awakened just listen, I feel like Murder God would genuinely set on a fucking Thanksgiving dinner sort of thing, because there's nothing more miserable than that. But really, it's because wholesome bullshit sells. And it would be great! Everything would be wholesome. I would really enjoy it. I really like the holidays, they're really great.
No greater torture than being forced to sit with your weird uncle.
Yes, exactly.
Jason Vile comes to the Thanksgiving dinner.
Jimmy Vile, what are you doing here?
Yes, it is I, everyone's favorite, Joaquin Vile.
Joaquin
Team Butt. God.
It's him, Joaquin Vile.
This is a very good junior, and I love it.
I don't know what else to draw now because Jordan gave me an Unawakened. But I can't design them yet because I forgot what their shtick was.
Darn.
Ah, darn.
But I did want to include the Unawakened.
Yeah.
Like the thing. So I was hoping that. So I'm kind of glad y'all showed up. Well, Juno showed up.
Well,
That's me. I'm y'all.
So if Darby were in this scenario, he would of course. I'm trying to think, like, if we told him it was a coffee shop AU, maybe he might play up the fanfiction angle of it and, you know, do something similar to, like, either the furry wolf character or some sort of, like, self-insert, like, over-the-top fanfic Gary Stu, maybe? Or he'd be some kind of, like, 90s... No. He's Randall from Clerks, because we didn't get to use him in the mall.
Oh God! We didn't get to use him.
We didn't get to use Randall.
Yay! We can use Randall. There we go.
God.
Maximizing that customer service bullshit.
I have to look up Randall again.
Good.
I'm gonna look up animated Randall.
Yes, I mean that's who it should be.
That's probably good. Oh.
Yeah,
It's a better reference.
Yeah.
considering.
Also, animated Randall is just a really good character design.
Yeah.
He just looks good. Clerks the animation just had such good fucking character designs and art style and was just good. It was good.
That's the
There
only
he
full
is.
body I could get.
Nailed it!
Randall from Clerks also has to have his eyes. He's Randall from Clerks.
For those of you who do not understand, Randall is one of the main characters from the movie Clerks and also the animated series Clerks. Randall is an asshole slacker man. He's wonderful. Known for saying a lot of smart ass things. That's it.
That's Randall.
And he's very 90s.
It's very
90s.
nice.
You might not even recognize the art. Honestly, I'd be amazed if you even recognize the art style. This animation lasted all of 4 episodes.
Yeah, what this animation reminds me of, honestly, is the Nut Shack, so...
Yeah.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
But am I wrong?
Yes. No,
It's
seriously,
not the Nut
Clerks
Shack.
uses stronger shapes.
It does.
I can't. It was not an animated screenshot, so I couldn't tell if the animation was not also not cheap like the
The
Nut Shack.
animation is not. No,
No.
it's closer to God. I just remembered Mission Hill out of nowhere, but God.
To me, it kind of makes me think of like Total Drama Island, actually.
See, I can see Total Drama having taken
Yeah.
inspiration from it, but even Total Drama is not as Clerks is.
Yeah.
Like this show like changed my art style. Like I hadn't even seen I still haven't seen the actual Clerks. But like this show, I watched the couple episodes that I watched, and I was too young to be watching Clerks.
Yeah.
The little bit of it that I saw, and for some reason in my brain it didn't click that this was literally all that existed. I just kept waiting for other episodes to come on, and it just didn't happen. But it's without it, like it genuinely it has a very the animated series was in the 2000s, yeah.
Yeah.
It has a very 2000s-y vibe. Honestly, it reminds me more of Kim Possible than anything.
I can see that. Yeah.
Alright.
At least in terms of art style, like
In terms of
the
art style
actual-
specifically.
Yeah.
In terms of humor, it's still very 2000s.
Yeah.
But like it was
Bear Who Drives
I'm trying
Car.
Who is driving? Oh my god, Bear is driving! How can this be?
Ow. so many people with their hands behind.
Listen, then you don't have to draw hands. Darn, what a shame.
Kristen, you like drawing hands. And
I
need
love
to-
drawing hands.
Yeah.
The thing is, I love drawing hands, but also I like the angle that putting a person's hands behind their back causes.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes a good strong angle, and I just like arms and shoulders and hands, and really the only thing I don't really like drawing very much is legs. Because, like, it's a lot easier for legs to lay in a way that looks kind of unnatural. It's really, like, it's easier for legs to go flat than it is for arms to go flat, if that makes any sense.
Oh wait, Randall should probably be wearing like everyone else is. So
Yeah.
I forgot he worked here for a second. I just started drawing Clerks fan art.
Just random Clerks. He's just there.
He's there.
He got fired from the video rental place, unsurprisingly. God. I feel like I need to rewatch Clerks to see how I feel about it as an older
I do too.
person. It's very much like, I'm curious to see how it would age since it is no longer the 90s and all that.
I have a sneaking suspicion that I personally still find it funny.
Oh, I think so
don't know.
too.
Oh, that's how your nose looks, young man.
Like, the thing about how they went to the funeral and just everything goes wrong is hilarious. It's actively great. Moosham as the mascot. Moosham is the fucking is like the obvious knockoff Starbucks.
Yeah, it's the Starbucks photo, but it's got Moosham instead.
Hey, this is Murder God's Rodeo. She wants shit.
She wouldn't want Moosham in it. Because she'd feel like she had to so because everyone describes Moosham as a deity, and there are certain, you know, deified whales somewhere anyway, the point is she wouldn't want Moosham there. she'd feel like he was trying to compete, and she don't like that shit.
We want neither of the shadows that blot out the sun in this happy PMPAU.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, similar to how, like, she doesn't mind telling the story of Valencia and Cernos, but if anything Cernos related were to show up in her show, she'd be like, do you fucking mind?
Cernos, get out of my goddamn voice!
Get out of my fucking show!
You can't stop time, dear!
Yes, I fucking can! Yes, that's it. That's how the eldritch
I love
time deer monster sounds. Thank you, Alex. Alex will be
That's
playing
his
the
voice.
part of time deer. This was actually your so Alex, so thank you for coming in for your audition. Now I know you didn't know that you were auditioning for the role of Cernos, but I have great news. You got the part.
Excellent. I am a classically trained actor after all, so
I know,
not
yes.
really surprised, but very grateful.
Now I'm just gonna need you to shout bullshit like that constantly, interrupting just interrupting the show at random intervals. I just felt like your current characters weren't embodying, like, forces of chaos ruining my show enough.
Yeah. I mean, I do give off big chaos energy, but I'll see if I can add yet another character to the many I play.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and as always, have a happy time, dear!
Time, dear! God, okay, so we gotta work on Valencia's backstory. How can I fit in the time, dear?
That's my favorite. How do we have the deer? Hey, bro, what about the thing? Time deer.
Time, dear.
A concept I was wondering if I was gonna be Rand.
And now here we are. We didn't mention it then, but we can make up for lost time now. It's the time, dear.
Time, dear. Listen, he's in charge of many things. Usually he goes by the name The Land, but he is also a time deer because that's fucking great.
I only vaguely remember the briefing I got about Black Stars, so I was like, sure, fuck it, he's the time deer. I don't remember if you mentioned time in the context of him ever, but
I started out with that was one of the actually the briefing I gave you, Cernos, had like a couple sentences, and one of them was he's a time deer. And also he's related to the Earth.
So I'm not crazy.
No, you're not crazy. You got a lot less information. And then I remembered, oh yeah, Valencia actually has tie-ins to the Black Stars, and I was like, could it be it's time to bring out the time deer? Fuck, now I have to flush out the time deer.
Bold to assume the time deer ever left!
I love time deer.
I love time deer.
Like, Kristen, you know how much I love time deer.
I don't think you'd like Cernos if you actually met him, but as a concept, he's fucking
care. As a
great.
concept, I deer. Like, I like the meme of time deer. Thank
Time
you for making me
deer.
terrified.
When I was writing
You're
this, I
walking
was
through
like,
the woods.
maybe I
There's
should
no one around, and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you see him. Time, dear.
Like, when I was first writing this, I was like, God, okay, so he's like a deer and fucking, yeah, like, I guess, like, the different branches on his antlers are like the different branching timelines. Yeah, that's kind of a cool deer. God, but all anyone's gonna remember is the time deer thing. That's so stupid. I shouldn't include this. And then I realized, no, I should definitely include this. Time deer is the greatest concept I've ever come up with.
Do they know the name of Whale Man?
I
Did you
mentioned it.
mention- Okay.
I mentioned the whale man. No one latched onto it because, you know, he was barely mentioned, but whale man has canonically been spoken of.
Mm-hmm.
I just had to ask if we used Whale Man's name. or
We
not.
did. Yep.
Okay.
Whale man's been named, Cernos has been named, and you know, Murder God.
Mm-hmm.
Which is totally her name.
Just totally her name.
Yeah.
MG.
Murder
God.
Okay. Yeah. We've got Time Deer and his buddy Ocean Man.
Ocean Man. You had a head.
Whale Man is not Musham, but I will say when the Musham thing happened, I was saying, like, I can't tell anyone that I have a fucking giant whale god. I can't say anything. I can't let them know.
You cut out.
Yeah,
Yep.
the entire thing cut out.
Oh, right. Oh, wait. 1 second. Let me fix this real quick. Boop. I forgot about it being that time of stream.
It's the time when Discord decides to eat Kristen's mic.
Yep. But yes, so when the Musham thing happened during the non-canon stream, I was just sitting there, I was like, I can't let anyone know. I can't let them know there actually is a whale god.
Our whale.
Awesome whale,
Whales!
from whale with whales and whale and whale and whale.
I almost drew a comic. Like, this is like yesterday I was thinking about it. I almost shitpost. I was just like, oh god, I can actually draw our whale as an awesome whale now. This is heckin' like, god. It's heckin' you know who and just...
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's just sitting there. Our whale is an awesome whale.
Awesome.
Whale, he whales. So this fucking thing came up, and then Bro was the only other person I was really talking to about this, and I was like, so, the whale god, though. And then Bro is also one of the few people who gets why our god is an awesome god is inherently both a great and a very fun song to make jokes with. So anyway, this was a joke specifically for two people, really.
I keep making Randall faces because they all look.
They're all great. The whale god's name was mentioned in Valencia's backstory. So the kingdom of Pravam and the whatever empire, whatever fucking kingdom that Artorias came from, which was a name I gave it that really didn't matter. The point was that kingdom worshipped these two gods. One was Cernos, the land, and the other was Kadaf, the sea. So the whale god is named Kadaf. And Cernos is represented by a white stag, and Kadaf is represented by a black whale. And that's the only information you have about Kadaf, but, you know, there is, you know, Junior does also have a fish friend, so, you know, take of that what you will. Time, dear, okay, if Cernos were to actually appear, he's really not a silly, none of the Black Stars are silly.
Not canon. Not in my Christian DMP streams.
The Black Stars take themselves very...
God dang it, I accidentally titled Randall Cernos instead of Randall.
I, the great deer of time, shall tolerate no imposters to my name.
You're a fucking time deer, Cernos.
It's like
that I am.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
No. You.
Alright, let's flip these.
I'm crying.
Oh wait, Chaga says that can make it great. He can be super dead serious, but insists upon entering and exiting the scene by shouting, "Time, dear!"
Time, dear! Lightning flash, smoke bomb.
Like, and then he like skitters away on like his tiny deer feet.
Hold on, where's that Tumblr post that's like a deer, but it's carnivorous.
God, I can't believe I just ruined my own lore. The Black Stars are very serious. They're very serious Eldritch gods.
This wouldn't be funny if they weren't, though.
They're very serious Eldritch gods. Listen, it's very serious. Now let me tell you about the Time Deer and the big fuck-off whale and Murder God.
This is like if Nyarlathotep did frickin' stand-up or something.
I am. Through the essence of the black stars in the sky I have come. I am the very land you stand upon. The very seconds you count as you wither away and die. I am Cernos. I am Time Deer!
Every single Black Star has like their own like edgy monologue. But Cernos keeps fucking his up at the end by shouting Time. And the other Black Stars are like, Cernos, you are fucking up our whole aesthetic. And God's like, yeah, and then they're like, you call yourself Murder God, and she's like,
You get to talk to me about aesthetic. Your name is literally Murder God. You're a tiny little gremlin who presides over murder. Oh, big freaking deal. You know what I preside over? Time itself. I can undo literally everything about you with a random thought. And here you are saying that I'm ruining the aesthetic. Wow. Okay. I see how it is, little child.
I just love the idea of Cernos being like
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Nice God.
Sorry about that. Housekeeping chose a really odd time to clean.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
It happens.
I ironically have to murder.
So there was a horse loose in the hospital.
Yeah, one time someone tried to report to me with expertise saying he saw a bird in the airport. Bullshit. Everyone has seen a bird in the airport. This is a horse in the hospital.
Year of time.
We know nothing of Cernos, and I just love this characterization of him. It's gonna be completely incorrect if he ever does show up, but I love it so much.
I feel like I'm missing something. What the hell is
Cernos
going on?
is,
We've discussed
Dear
Cernos,
God.
or as you might otherwise know him, Dear God, or Time Deer!
Dear God.
Dear. Oh my God! I've never told you guys about Dear God 3D.
Dear God 3D.
Okay, so my friend Ethan, who you may know, once worked with me at Jimmy John's. He was
Something,
taking...
something.
He was
Oh,
taking...
I'm out before it
No,
starts.
wait! He was taking a writing class at a community college, and they were supposed to write scripts. And this one guy wrote this script, and it was called Dear God 3D. And it's spelled as you'd expect, because you see, it was about zombie deer. And a fucking, like, ex-marine who's trying to, like, protect his family from the zombie deer, and he's the only one prepared. At one point someone just says, "I'm just so afraid of these deer." That's an actual line.
I see.
And Ethan was like, and the best part is he never finished it. So Ethan was like, what I want to do is I want to just, like, rent a stage and have everyone fucking do a play of it, and just like the actual script, it just ends, you know, like midway through Act 1, and then we all just exit the stage. We don't even climb back on stage to, like, you know, give a bow. We just walk off stage and don't come back. And I was like, that sounds great. Mike Wazowski!
Mike Wazowski!
Mike Wazowski!
Oh dear God.
Yes.
Wait, no, exactly. There we go.
That's exactly it.
Wait, so where's the God part in this?
While I will admit that the god is rather underselling
oh my God,
ability.
Cernos, you can't, Cernos, you don't want to claim this fucking script. Have some standards. The writing is piss poor, and there's not even a conclusion.
And
you're just gonna insult Ethan right there?
No, Ethan didn't write it. It was like someone else wrote it in his class. He just thought it was funny because Ethan has standards.
But I have been on this internet, and I know that several of the children here, what is the phrase? Fear the deer.
Oh, I'm gonna need you to leave my void and not come back.
Denied.
God fucking damn it.
So I have several questions, but I think the immediate ones that come to mind are, where do the God 3D parts come in?
Right? The worst part is I've never seen the actual script for Dear God. This is all, you know, Dear God 3D. This is all secondhand from Ethan. And, you know, this happened, like, years ago. But I sincerely wish I could have read this script.
This is amazing.
I kinda do too, actually.
It's great. So yes, that's the story of Dear God 3D.
So,
God 3D.
So for our next non-canon scenario,
Dear God, yes! Dear God,
Dear God 3D.
Dear God 3D.
I guess we gotta make Cernos romanceable. The actual only romanceable character.
Cernos. You don't want to romance Cernos. We can't tell people how Cernos babies are made. We'll get demonetized.
Oh no.
Oh no.
God.
Yeah, non-canon. Hello, I'm definitely not the acolyte of some dark god. Move, child. Okay, I love you. This is my scenario now. We shall be playing Dear God 3D.
What? No, wait, I'm sorry. Wait, no, stop.
It is too late to stop, child.
No,
Welcome. Do your introductions, child.
Wait, no, listen, I understand this is non-canon, but you have to understand this is still under, like, my property. You can't just waltz in here and make it your stupid... Does this script even have an ending?
I believe I just did.
No. No,
Alex,
why? Oh no, why are the credits coming in? No, what is this title? You used Comic Sans!
It gets the things to pop on screen.
Alex, can you do something great for me? Can you, in that voice, just read what Phoenix just posted?
Please.
I am the moment of your decay. The force of your sped-up aging process. Your 90s nostalgia that I have destroyed. And you will take me seriously. In 3D.
Coming to digital Blu-ray and IMAX 3D.
There we go.
Dear
This
God,
summer.
Dear God,
This summer.
guys, Shy Guy said, "Dear God, 3D 2, Venascent from Hell."
Sent from hell. Yes.
Yeah. And then we get the DMP After Dark sequel. Dear God 3 DDD.
Stop.
Oh my god.
God, who am I missing?
Jordan?
Whoever Jordan's is.
Fine. You know what? I feel like Jordan find it. We came up. Everybody else is a callback. He might as well be a callback too. God, we're not bringing back Malnourelis. Not Malnourelis. We're not bringing back Big Brain.
Oh, I was just about to say it should be
Oh.
Big Brain.
Big brain.
Big Brain and his massive array of stories.
Story points.
Big brain is the joke route.
Well, okay. The thing is, the reason why no Big Brain is back.
Is because what? You cut
Is
out.
what?
I asked him about it earlier.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
I mean,
Alright,
everyone likes a good joke route.
Well,
No, if I remember,
Denied.
Big Brain was he has no idea what Big Brain looks like, and for the sake of this stream, it would be weird to design him when he's
Disembodied voice.
Big brain is just a Lego Power Miners rock monster, but huge.
Yeah.
See, I just picture him as Mother Brain, but
God,
not just
what
any
happened?
Mother Brain. Mother Brain from the
Oh,
Captain
what?
N cartoon.
I am the most beautiful brain in video land. We have ruined the serious character of Time Deer. We have created something great, but we have ruined Cernos.
I have put so much work into the Black Stars lore. So many of these characters have existed for such a long time, and I put so much work into. I just.
So just to be clear, what cheat code do you have to type in to access him?
You can't.
Good talk.
Good talk.
Cernos is not actually allowed. No.
Darn.
No.
Darn.
Dang.
Well, because if
Is
we're
it weird
claiming
that
if we're claiming that this is a scenario, you know, this is Murder God's domain.
Yeah, if
it's like
scenario,
it's
then Time Deer can't
genuinely,
be-
yeah, genuinely when it comes to the Black Stars, it's like really like faux pas to basically step in on another god's shit. Like
Theory.
yes.
Theory time. Black Star is still Christine.
Yes,
Yes. Black Star is still Christine.
they did.
Can't believe it.
Oh no.
Cernos just
This
came
must
in
be
and was
the
like,
work of the
"Oh,
Black Stars?
yes,
No, the
Henry."
Grace Killer.
The
I
Grace-
see you no longer. I see you no longer have time for these streams. Time Deer.
That's it. That's what happened. We cracked.
Yeah, that's what happens. God damn it, Alex! Why did you give away what happens to Christine Force?
Ah, fuck! I guess I gotta leave in shame now.
Now we have to cancel the game.
DMP's cancelled. Alex, no, come back!
It's like a god and all this, but I just imagine like a deer just going into Christine's room, looking at her all creepy, then like dragging her through the window with its mouth, and she's like, taking a couple steps, like I'm taking you. What? Drops her for a second. I'm taking you, old lady. Grabs her again.
You know, if you have the powers over time, you could just freeze it and immediately be out with me. I could. Continues doing that anyway.
You know, one thing I do appreciate about this is like, depending on like the situation, Murder God is just instantly a butt monkey because it's always funnier if she fails. Like she will never succeed at anything in Camp Street Mix ever because it's funnier if this supposed all-powerful being like, you know, just
Oh,
fails miserably.
absolutely.
But that took a few months at least for that this weird status as butt monkey whenever she's not actually in her show to settle in. Cernos the character took a far shorter time to become that schmuck who drags Christine out with his stupid deer mouth.
So I know that. Amazing. Yeah. Why do you have a floating word that says antlers above your head? My antlers are too powerful for your mortal brain to comprehend.
So I labeled them with Sharpie to make sure that you understood. Just imagine a fucking deer, like, picking up its stupid deer hooves, making that little squeaky noise as it pulls off the, like, fucking cap of the Sharpie, and then it has to try to awkwardly, like, write above its own head.
God.
Murder God's just like, you are beyond mortal
Little deer game.
comprehension. You are so beyond mortal comprehension in terms of age. You are beyond the concept of age, and yet... this is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen.
I have existed beyond my own domain.
Oh my god. You're so lame. Stop! You're
What I was going to say-
embarrassing me.
What I was going to say is I think at one point we discussed TOA guy being an annoying across the street neighbor of Murder God in Working Week. What would
Oh my
Cernos
God.
be in Working Week?
That Shy Guy suggested that Cernos runs a freelance theater in Working Week, where he's trying to make his masterpiece Dear God 3D happen.
Yeah.
Dear
Why is-
God, 3D.
Why is it 3D if it's a theater show? Your comprehension of space and time is puny. I am eternal.
I am time, dear.
Time, dear!
Time, dear.
This is it. This is actually our holiday thing. I'm just gonna draw a fucking Murder God in a sleigh, and then like Cernos just pulling her along, shouting, "Time, dear!"
Why is Cernos Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, though?
Merry Christmas to all, and to all I speak of the black stars in the sky.
Cernos.
I speak of falsification to the stars. I am the void given breath. Ho, ho, ho. I am the chasm in your chest. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh my god.
Oh God, Santa let Grandpa out of the attic again.
Cernos, the horrifying time.
Yeah. Had a very fluffy mane, and if you ever saw it, you would go batshit insane.
All of the other
Reindeer.
didn't even fucking exist.
They exploded.
Yeah.
This was before Mortal Comprehend.
I lived 10,000 of your mortal lifetimes before your pathetic Santa Claus crawled out of the mud.
And then they just like slap one of those like light up Rudolph noses on top of his nose.
Yeah, like
Oh
on
my
the car
God.
and everything. Oh my god.
Yeah. And what do you want for Christmas, little girl?
I want an Xbox.
I shall grant you no such thing. I can afford no Xboxes on my budget.
Oh, we're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I want a little toy train!
You will get a 2009 Rand McNally Road Atlas.
Listen, you know, when you think about it, this makes sense. Because, like, Murder God grants wishes. So she is Santa. And she wears red. And
Oh God.
anyways,
Oh my God.
Hello, welcome to Discord Murder Party, a fun game night with friends where nothing bad happens. I'm your host, the Santa God. Ho, ho, ho. And you know what you get when you rearrange the letters in Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Scott shoos Santa out with a broom. Nope. One more month. Get out. Nope. Ah.
Yeah.
Don't make me sick, Happy the Elf on you.
Get out!
Yeah. What do you want for Christmas? I want to go home. I am the entirety of your existence now.
This is your home.
I still want my pony.
There shall be ponies, but we forgot the explosion sound effect.
I'm okay with this.
You get 2009 Round McNally Road Atlas. Oh.
Started
divorce.
as an actual session. Slowly for the past 30 minutes.
Shut up, dear boy.
This has devolved into the greatest DMV content that's ever existed. I don't know what you're talking about.
This took a turn.
This was the point of the whole stream.
Yeah. And Alex adds yet another character he plays to the roster. I have fucking 4 McGillicuddies. I got Speed Racer. I got
no.
Goldblum. I got Hugh Jackman. And now I have Time, dear.
God damn it. I swear to God, Cernos is a serious character.
Cernos is a serious
At
character.
this point is just like one for all for one, where he just collects souls from the void and just adds them to his collection to become whenever he feels like it. And for whatever reason, he just collected the soul of a fucking deer.
You know what, dear?
Just deer.
God,
He was feeling particularly maverick that day.
This is a bucket. Dear God.
Dear
There's
God.
more.
No!
Cernos has things to do that are not related to the void.
I have a very full life outside of my time manipulation and domination. For instance, I like going to the zoo on Thursdays because that's when they have 2-for-1 tickets.
What's the point in going to the fucking zoo?
They have red pandas.
You can go. You don't need a fucking ticket. You can just go.
But they have 2-for-1 tickets Thursdays.
But
Cheaper.
just don't. Just go. It shouldn't cost you anything. You're an eldritch horror.
It shouldn't, and yet I want to support local animal conservation societies. Is that so wrong?
I don't know.
I can't
You are
believe Murder God is the case.
You are telling the land personified that it is wrong to want to preserve the animals that live upon it. I hope you realize your folly before I annihilate your pathetic existence.
Oh my god!
I can't believe Cernos is actually an environmentalist.
Right, that's it. I demand that Murder God and Cernos have a Santa off. They sit on opposing chairs, letting kids onto their lap and just granting wishes.
I mean, of all the Black Stars, Chernos being the land probably would be the one most concerned with animal life.
He is the one most concerned with animal life, yes. He's more likely to basically... It's more likely to be like, He'd want life to flourish to a point where it's overwhelming, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I can't believe we have Groudon and Kyogre in DMP verse now.
Is that really
You don't?
Donate to Team Trees.
Donate to Team Trees.
God, I can't. Just
If we
quickly-
can plant 20,000, if we can plant 20 million trees in a day, you might save your pathetic mortal existence. Probably not, though.
God,
Yeah.
Discord Murder Party is a really serious show, and I've been working on the Black Stars lore since 2014, and it's very serious.
Yeah, technically we have Xerneas and Kyogre.
It's Xerneas and Kyogre. Yeah.
Your total comes out to $12.95.
Next window, please.
I keep forgetting his ears.
I really appreciate that you just sort of write antlers above his head every time.
My understanding, the antlers would be too much of a.
Yeah, he has so many antlers. It's beyond your mortal comprehension.
Exactly.
It's like a
Right.
Hecatonchires. It's like one of the Hecatonchires, except it's like antlers instead of arms. And infinitely worse because they are antlers.
Thanks so much for joining us for our visual novel stream. You're actually, I hope you can.
It's actually the Cherno stream now.
It's time, dear stream, now!
Oh my god.
We're discovering Xernos' family tree right now. We discovered he doesn't have any uncles, he just has antlers.
Yeah. The characters are designed. For the remainder of the time slot, you shall surrender to the Lord of Time itself.
So
that's me.
I just want to
If
remind
I
you
do,
that
can I at least have my...
most of the time, this is my time slot. I am politely deigning to give you some time for this slot.
Your surrender is noted.
Give a little bit to everyone else, and
Give time, dear, an inch, he takes a mile.
you're an idiot. Fucking Molly wants the fucking salt lick, and listen, there's only so many fucking salt licks out there, and I just fucking can't. I'm losing my fucking mind. Like, fucking Kadaf isn't this fucking bad. I don't fucking.
Hey everyone, I'm Kadaf, you doing good over there?
No, okay, no, I draw, no.
It is not 1980s Ridley.
No. Is that the fucking? Oh my god! I can't. What?
Not lame.
Oh
You need to give like Kadab like some little white
Not
eyes
lame.
on there.
Oh no, trust me, I didn't forget.
Oh thank God.
Behold the might of the Black Stars.
I can't believe Xernos was friends with Mushan.
Why? You know
Our
what?
whale is an awesome whale. He wails.
No, this is it. I'm the only black star. The others don't count anymore. Don't listen to that.
Looks like it's time to change the stream key.
Oh my god!
Looks like it's time to change the bit cup.
No!
Don't mind if I do.
Are you dying? Are you actually passing away right now?
That was Scott.
That's
That
what
was
I'm
me.
talking about.
Merry Christmas.
Nope, get out, next month.
It's
One
fine.
Skype on
okay,
Fire Night.
Listen, don't worry about it, Scott. We'll find a way to make this relevant to the current holiday. We have Friendsgiving, and Cernos awkwardly shows up, even though Murder God didn't invite him.
I always make time for family, even the lame little sister.
Oh my god! Just imagine like fucking Murder God like walks up to like the fucking front door and she's like, oh yes, okay. Knock on the door. Alright, and she like opens it and there's just this fucking deer standing there and this big old fucking whale and they're both holding like fucking casserole dishes.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
We're here.
Do you like my seafood casserole?
Do you like my seafood casserole?
No, what? It's Thanksgiving. That's what?
I have brought trail mix.
You couldn't even be bothered to bring an actual fucking dish? No, I didn't
could
invite
not.
you. Leave.
I brought mashed.
Too, sister.
Oh my
I brought
god.
mashed sea potatoes.
Thanksgiving is about family you hate, so of course I thought of you.
We'll sit down and like fucking like Kadath's down at the end. He's an actual fucking whale, like just awkwardly sitting at the table, and
I brought lobster bisque.
Oh no.
and fucking Cernos is just constantly just yelling about time. It is time. It's like, okay, so it's time to eat. So you could like, oh no, wait.
Did somebody
just
say
picturing-
time? Yeah.
I'm
You
just
put the
picturing-
turkey in the oven for far too much time. Allow me to rectify it.
Oh my god!
I'm just picturing so far the only guests that have showed up are all the gods. It's just like, I don't know how, Murder God, I don't know how this can get any worse. The Awakened show up. Howdy, Miss M. Oh god damn it!
And they're all like kind of
Shows
awkward,
up.
like, and all the Awakened are like kind of awkwardly shoved into seats between the various gods. Like there's not enough room for them at the table because there's an actual fucking whale there.
Yeah. So, Mr. Chernos, what do you do? I am
Don't
the
ask
Lord
him
of
that!
Time. I am the man beneath your feet. I am your pathetic mortal existence given form, and yet you still cannot comprehend.
Murder God is like,
am time dear!
and the whole time Murder God is like making an X with her arms, like
She's like, please stop. And then she's just like, if you open up his coat, he has like a bunch of watches. That's his thing.
Yeah.
I'm selling these fine watches at bargain prices.
Do you want to buy a watch?
God, I can't.
Yeah. The cannibal god finally finds her way to the void, opens the door, fucking Time Deer's in there, closes the door, and leaves.
Murder's like, Zephy, no! Wait!
No, you're on your own for this one.
When you said you eat gods, now is the perfect time for you to come to dinner.
I'm dying.
Yeah, Murder god in a bit of rage during the holiday season.
So... I didn't know your family was so diverse.
Murder god in a fit of rage during the holiday special flips the table. Chernos, I'm going to take this as dialogue, that shy guy. Hey, Mushamit spent 3 days making the potato salad. I was looking forward to the potato salad.
His name is Kadath. That's a stupid nickname he came up with in the 90s. It's over. Stop.
Wait, is that a giant whale?
Yes.
Your 90s nostalgia is forever. I am forever.
This whole thing is with the gods is sending me. Oh my god.
Yes.
I can't.
I'm dying, Scoob.
This is amazing.
Or Schmicky.
I was tempted to make a Cernos Twitter account, but I'm pretty sure you would actually kill me.
I'm already half tempted to do Twitter accounts for my other characters, but I'm holding back, so...
God,
Know what Twitter went?
Yeah.
I'm
I
torn.
only have Twitter accounts for the characters I have that would conceivably know how to operate Twitter.
God, I can't.
Percy's here.
Implying that, well,
Vincent's here.
Honestly, I don't know if Cernos would actually be capable of using Twitter.
does he have
With his
fingers?
cloven hooves?
Well, it's
A
not
post-it
that
or thumb?
it's not that he can't type. It's just he's very like most of the Black Stars are very old-fashioned.
Where are the keys on this tiny typewriter?
You're thinking
Yes,
too new.
children. Yes, children's technology. They're sure it will stay around forever. Just like MySpace.
Ah, hello there, Tom.
God,
How are you today?
Yeah, please. I love this, but please don't make a Cernos Twitter account. Please don't.
I'm not going to.
Slowly proceeds to go to convince the rest of the Fallen Empire's crew to make a Twitter account.
God, I just... Fucking... And now
Time
Adrix,
here has-
Adrix showed up in chat and he's so confused.
Yeah. We'll have to give you the time to look back on it. The time, dear, to look back on it.
Oh my god. Who the fuck are you?
Who the fuck are you? They're playing the murder games, you know this! I see.
God, I can't.
I don't pay attention.
I love how fucking, and I can't remember his actual name, but I love how Mushem just sits upright.
Bullshit!
Kadath.
Kadath, thank you.
Yeah.
We gotta start calling him
His
Kadath,
name
guys.
is Kadath, please. His name's Kadath.
His name's Kadath.
His name's Kadath. We will eventually get Cernos. We did get to Cernos after Time Deer, but we will eventually get Kadath, I swear.
Eventually.
Kadath. It's
I
not
Black
Musham.
Whale
Him and
Lord.
Musham are completely different entities.
I don't pay attention to all my sister's bullshit, which is most of what my sister does, now that I think about it.
Oh.
That's what I was gonna write, but like,
I saw what you were going to write in the
Thank
future,
you so
because
much.
I can see through time.
Thank you so much, Cernos.
You're welcome, child.
I quit. I'm quitting everything. I'm quitting my endless life. Thanksgiving was a mistake. Everything was a mistake.
Murder God has fallen. Now I'm the new leader of the Decepticons.
It was only a matter of time. Wait, no.
Did somebody say?
like before the fucking thing, Murder God's like, okay, now I didn't
Don't
invite
say
them.
the T word. What, time?
Now I didn't invite them, but they showed up anyway. So before anything, I just want to warn all of you:
Yeah.
whatever you do,
I just
do
want
not
you
say
all
the
to know that
T word.
I want you all to know the futility of trying to avoid saying the T word, because I can see the exact moment when you will.
You get to the Sans fight in Undertale. He says, "Do you want to have a bad?" And then all of a sudden, you hear heavy deer breathing behind you.
Yeah.
You're breathing behind.
Have a bad time. I have all time.
Time, dear. I can't believe that Junior was the Grace Killer. Murder God. That was a year ago. You dumb fuck.
Is that his one weakness? He's just really bad at catching up with recent events.
Well, in his defense, it's like, Murder God, when you're aware of all of time and space, it's easy to get it mixed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, he does know what's going to happen at all times, but also, there's a
At
lot
all what?
going on.
Now, who invented the telephone again? There must have been like 3 people at this point.
Yeah. Now, who is going to invent the telephone?
God damn it. He just brings up shit like that.
Yeah.
It looks like this Archduke Franz Ferdinand is about to be assassinated. Cernos, that was like 100 years ago.
Gee, I sure hope nothing bad happens to this Kurt Cobain kid.
Oh no! Oh no!
God, that's terrible.
Yeah, I love the idea that Cernos knows exactly all the terrible things that are going to happen and constantly taunts people about them, and they're like, is he joking? Is he serious? We'll never know. Is something bad going to happen? Can we prepare for the bad thing that's going to happen? Fuck!
It's a great day for President William McKinley to go outside and shake hands with some guy.
I would love
What
to
a
go
nice
see
man.
Aaron.
That's John F. Kennedy, wouldn't you say?
It's a great day for a play.
Yeah, I would love to go see our American cousin.
So, I was gonna show people the Coffee AU fan art.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it about that time?
It is about that time.
People are saying Megalovania Deer. We already have Deer Megalovania.
Dear
We do?
Lavinia.
And now we're here. The Golden
Deer!
Oh.
Most epic team! Most epic team from the most epic team!
God.
When the Fire Emblem squad is all together.
Oh,
Yep.
God.
It's true.
So, I'm gonna take us to the post-show screen, which, for the sake of, I will let this show up on the YouTube channel because I want people to see the nice fan art.
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong
Okie
thing.
dokie.
Wrong one. There we go. That was the Kristen by herself show ending thing. That's incorrect.
Oh, you tried.
In the grand scheme of time, you are always alone. But in this stream, you are not.
Thanks.
Can I hit my screen share?
Yes, you can. That's all for the thing, so.
That's all, folks.
Okay, so first we've got Percy here. He's so cute.
I can't. Oh, yay! It's my boy.
He looks so cute. And then we
Yay.
got, let's see here. Oh, that's the wrong thing. That's not what I wanted. It's fine. Okay. And then we've got, we've got Grace and Murder God. They look so cute. Murder God looks so classy. What a classy career woman. So cool.
I didn't realize that Murder God was secretly Miles Edgeworth.
Classy career woman. Okay, let's see here. And then last but not least, we've got Barista Vincent, aka my favorite image of all time. At last, my coffee shop AU dreams are realized. Hooray! Yay! They're all glorious. Thank you so much, Phoebe, for making them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phoebe.
Thank you, Cree.
Thank
Thank you, Phoebe.
I guess now we'll go into the actual post-show and answer a few questions before we call this. So,
Post-show time.
if you're on
Yeah.
the YouTube channel, then this is where that ends. Join us on streams where we, stream things, and then at the end we answer questions. That might be a thing you might like. Maybe you want to ask more questions about Time Deer, you know, so I can give you information and then have you promptly spit upon it with jokes so no one will take my lore seriously. Anyway, thank you for joining us all. If you're on YouTube, this is goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.